talking when your mic's muted. I'm good. I'm well. Sounds good. I'm tired, but you know, I said I'd come out as many as I could. Yeah, no worries, man.
Welcome everyone to Think Game Talk. My name is Andrew. You can call me Coloco. And with me I have my friend Digital Age Gaming, or Mark. And with me I have a few people here already. Ayo! Digital, oh, I'm hearing myself for some reason. Junior Nintendo, he's here. And with me I have a few people here already. I know why. There we go. Sorry about that.
Hearing voices in your head?
Yeah, no? It's really annoying. All right. Let me get the chat back up here and see who's with us. I saw Junior Nintendo was here. How's your mother by the way, Junior? Is she better? I know that
oh yeah, she had that
with the
allergic reaction, wasn't it, or something?
Zilla, what's up, my man? And AO is here. Awesome. Thank you guys for showing up. So, between all the crazy video game news and all the games coming out, especially now in this month of this crazy month that we have, there's also something that's good to mention. It's good to think back on, and that's the release of the Dreamcast. 20 years that it came out here to the U.S. It released in Japan a few months ago. That was the 20th anniversary of it releasing in Japan. And I thought we could just talk about that a little bit before we get started on the stream. Stitch, what's up? And hey, Zachary. Hey, what's going on, man? And it was such an awesome system, man. Like the Dreamcast was so ahead of its time. You know, and it just had a lot going for it, man. The online, you know, the fact that it was twice the power of anything that was, well, it was twice the power of the N64, like 4 times the power of a PlayStation when it comes to bits. You know, I'm not sure how well that actually translates to actual power. I don't know if you have an idea, Mark. I know Mark's a little more technical savvy than I am. Exactly how much more powerful it was than a PlayStation. Do you know?
Hang on. Mark plus tech savvy. No, that doesn't go together. I have no idea, but I have a really, well, for me, it's a good story about the Dreamcast. I was home on leave. I'd already purchased it, and there was a game that came out on the Dreamcast called Quake 3 Arena. And we're running a competition at the Trocadero up in London. And I entered. I came second.
Whoa.
I came second out of around 9,000 people who entered. Yep.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Not really. I should have won it, but I came second. Yeah. Yeah.
It had some awesome games, man. My collection stinks because I'm not a collector. I've never been a collector. Like I've hung on to certain things just because either they're not worth anything and I can't sell them back, or they mean that much to me. I'm just not a person that collects games. I never have. I kick myself because I've had really cool systems and really cool games that I think back on, and really cool collector's editions that I think back on, and I wish I would have held on to them. But I do have some games. I mean, it's all garbage. I have the original Sonic Adventure, Mag Force Racing. I don't know what that is. I have all the sports ones, NBA 2K. That's when like NFL 2K, Virtual Tennis. A lot of people were playing the 2K games, man. A lot of people that weren't into sports were playing those games. Did those interest you at all, Mark?
Yeah. I had it. Well, when I got to play it, I had a lot of games, and I can't remember if it was one of my brothers or someone in my regiment. Just one day came with this disc, and I didn't know what it was at the time. Didn't know really anything about that kind of thing at the time, and it was a way of tricking the Dreamcast into thinking you had legal copies of games.
Oh,
And he
Bleem,
also had a
Bleem. Wasn't it Bleem? Wasn't it called Bleem?
no, I think it was Dolphin or something like that. And then he also had a stack of like about 20 discs, and he put this disc in. I'm sure it had a dolphin on it or something like that. And then we were playing Virtua Tennis, and I loved the Dreamcast. A lot of people hated the controller. I loved it with that slot-in memory module. That some games actually lose, like Resident Evil, the heart rate monitor and things like that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, this is it right here, and it's so cool, man. I mean, it had, the triggers back here. The what do you call it? Not I know the Switch doesn't have it, but the GameCube did. The pressurized triggers that on Xbox and PlayStation controllers.
Analog.
Yeah, the analog. But this is the little unit here that you would pull out. You would play not anything crazy, like it wasn't like a Game Boy, but it was like it was like a Tamagotchi for those that don't know what that is. It's a very simple, almost like if you're thinking Game Boy is 4 bits, you would say this is like a 2-bit game. It's like half of that. But yeah.
By the way, that's in really good condition. By the way.
Oh yeah. This is actually funny story about this one. This was my sister's, because like I said before, I never hung on to stuff, and I sold mine. And I know my sister had one too, and she never played it, so she sold me hers years after, and that's why. Oh, it's in really good condition. I've only played it a few times for certain games, like I don't know, for those that watch anime. Have you, for those in the chat, have you ever heard of an anime called Records of the Lotus War? It is sort of like Lord of the Rings anime. That's basically Records of the Lotus War. And back then, anime games weren't as common as they are today, especially ones that were outside of the fighting game genre. Because anime games that are fighting games, they've been around forever. Dragon Ball Z, but this one was actually a Diablo isometric type game. There was like a Diablo clone, and it was very good, and I love that game, and I played so much of that. But yeah, a few other games. I mean, Phantasy Star Online. Phantasy Star Online. I don't know if you played it, but it was so great, man. Like it was the first time for those that didn't grow up playing PC and didn't play games like EverQuest or World of Warcraft after, because EverQuest came first, and then and other online RPG, MMOs. That was the first time where, as a console gamer, that someone that never played PC, you were introduced to something like an MMO. So it was so awesome. It was such a great experience, Phantasy Star Online. Did you ever play that?
I'm not sure that I did. I mean, obviously I've heard of it, but I don't think I played that one. I do remember, and not a lot of people know this. There's because one of my favourite genres is simulation racing games and also arcade racing games. And there was one on the 360. I've forgotten what it's called, but a lot of people don't realise it actually started life on the Dreamcast as Metropolis Street Racer. DOS points for doing slides around the tracks and things like that, and it turned into oh my god, I can't remember the name of it now.
It was an online racer.
I think it was online.
Oh,
pretty sure it was online, but yeah, it was Metropolis Street Racer. I loved that game, and then it became a different named game on Xbox, and I cannot remember. But yeah, fantastic console, man. 20 years old, man.
I can't believe that, man. Junior Nintendo says, Yoko Loco, thanks for asking. I'm going to see her later today. She's recovering. Oh, that's great to hear. Let's say Junior Nintendo says he loves the Dreamcast, and he got second place, in that tournament. Stitch says like a little Game & Watch or something. It's even better than a Game & Watch, because Game & Watch is basically... Game & Watch is like an LCD screen where the bits are already basically kind of like etched into the LCD screen, and then just light up certain. How do you explain a Game and Watch? You know what a Game and Watch is. It's not like that though. This is literally like a little Game Boy. Like, you know, it could do animations. It could do. I wish it
They
could
could
turn
put
on.
graphics anywhere they wanted to on that screen.
Yes, yes.
They could have anything moving. Like I say, in Resident Evil, you had a heart rate monitor.
I forgot what game. It was an RPG where you can basically like train your guy on here and get him leveled up. If it was an RPG, I forgot. I want to say, what was this? Time Splitters, or Time Splitters was a shooter. I can't remember. But yeah, it had little mini games like that on here. It's very, very cool, novel idea that no one's ever replicated. This system had such great things. I mean, it was the first system that had, you know, well, not, I wouldn't say the first system, because even Sega Genesis had like a way that you can hook it up to online, but I think you had to buy an attachment, and so did even the original NES. But I also think you had to buy an attachment. But this came with a you know, connecting, I want to say modem, but with a modem connector basically. So you can take it online. Of course, it was like 56K, which was
6-bit, yeah, modem built in.
Yeah, with a modem built in, yeah, which was of course, you know, super slow. But people would be surprised that online games actually don't take a lot of data. How little data they actually take for you to be able to have a stable online, you know, a stable experience. Let's see. Zachary Steer said, I've played a lot of the Donkey Kong Game & Watch. Really? And Junior Nintendo did say that Jet Set Radio was awesome. That's one that I've never played, but that reminds me of Crazy Taxi. It's such a great game. That was a great game. One Up Woman. Hey, how's it going? Hey guys, One Up Woman has a great channel, and she's always making content. So if you guys want to check her out, really good content creator. Let's see.
Sorry?
One Up Woman. She's in the chat. We got One Up Woman here. All right.
We'll subscribe. Living that game life. One extra subscriber.
All right, there we go. All right, so let's play. Let's we could continue talking about the Dreamcast, but let's start playing some of these Super Nintendo online games. Does anybody want to go around with me on we could go on Donald Trump Soccer. See, they got Donald Trump Soccer here. We got, what do we got? We could do some F-Zero. We could do some, I don't know if I want to play Brawl Brothers. Whatever you guys want to play, let me know. If not, in the meantime, I'll just play some Super Mario World. At the same time, if you guys want to join the Discord and discuss this with us, you can do that as well. You can also use the chat. But if you want to have your voice heard and discuss it with us, you're open to join. I have the Discord link right there. I think I posted in the beginning. I'll post it again.
One thing I want to say is, was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. I bought Spyro Reignited Trilogy on Switch, and let me just say, impressed. I shouldn't be.
Wait, you are impressed?
Massively impressed. I shouldn't be, because it's the same with every console. It always takes developers, you don't start seeing what that console can do for about the first 2.5 years, and we're just over 2.5 years into the Switch. That game, docked and portable, looks beautiful, and for the most part, not a frame drop here and there, but does it interfere with the gameplay? Absolutely not. I never ever played Spyro before, so this is my first time and loving it. Absolutely loving it, man.
Now, the one thing I will say about that is that someone posted the other day, which, well, I don't. That person doesn't really is not really clickbaity or anything, so it has to be real. But she said that you have to actually download all 3 games. None of it is included on the cart. What is the only thing that's included on the cart is the first level or something like that of each game, which is just a bizarre decision that they made.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Really?
Right. Look, if you look on the eShop, The digital download is, I believe, 15.5 gigabytes. Physical version, oh, of course there is. It's Activision. Is 8.5 gigabytes.
Okay.
I think it's the whole of the first. I'm pretty sure it's the whole of the first game. From what I'm.
Well, that person,
back,
the person said that it was not. It is no. You don't get any game at all on the cart. What you get is just the first level of each game. You don't get any game included with the cart. You can play the game. You just can't get past the first level or so.
That's amazing then, because like I say, the digital version is 15.5 gigs and the download for the physical version is about 8.5. So I don't know where the other 7 gigabytes went. If it's not on the cartridge, where is it?
Yeah, that's very odd. Like I said, I have not confirmed that. I just saw that post and I thought it was bogus that they would do that. Because even on the PlayStation 4 version, and I think did it also come out for Xbox One? Whether it did or not, the first game is completely included in the physical edition, and then the second and third game you have to download.
That's it. Yep.
But in the Switch version, it's not like that. You cannot play the first game. It's in its entirety, which is like it's not that it's not a game breaker, but at the same time, if they feel like they can get away with stuff like that, they're just going to continue to push the bar until physical editions are just in name only. It's just going to be in name only, and you're going to have to.
Now let me
just
going to say, I'm not going to sit here and say the whole of the first game is on the cartridge, because when I booted it up, I had that mandatory extra download, 8 point whatever gigs.
Gotcha.
But there has to be at least 7 gigs on that cartridge to make up for the size if you bought it digital. There has to be. If there's only an 8.5 gigabyte download for the physical, that means there has to be at least 7 gigs on that cartridge. What that 7 gigs is, I don't know, because I didn't play it before I downloaded the other 8.5. But anyway,
maybe it's just a weird way that they divvied up the space. Maybe it's just a weird way for them to make it easier for the developers to just include the first level or so, or just a little bit of the, oh my gosh, this guy's gonna get me.
It's a bit disgusting, really, when yes, we still don't know yet, unless someone in chat or Yukaloco can correct me, because I haven't heard yet, when The Witcher 3 with all the DLC can come completely on a 32 gig cartridge, and they know that they're still going to make a profit. Now I'm still waiting to see when that game comes out if on the back it says published by Nintendo, because if that's the case, then they got those 32 gig cartridge at a reduced price.
From what I understand, the big deal was that it doesn't even come in an 8 gig cartridge.
Comes on the
Spyro Ignited Trilogy comes in a 4 gigabyte cartridge. That's what that person was implying. I'm not sure. I'm only saying the person because I really don't remember who said it. I'm not saying it to but if I could look that tweet up, I'll find it. But if that's the case, there's no excuse for that. You got a lot of indie games that come in an 8 gig cartridge. A lot of these indie games that have physical versions come with 8 gig, and they're priced at what, $20, $30. So I don't really see.
We go. As we've reported before, this is Nintendo Soup. The physical Switch version of the title will not contain all 3 games and requires an extra download to access all of its content. The size of that download, however, is definitely nothing to laugh at, as it clocks in at 8.7 gigs. So there is 7 gigs on the cartridge. Must be, where is it? It says here, the back of the box says the trilogy collection will require a download of at least 10, but it's not. It's 8.7. Are they saying anything else? Also want to take note as the above file size is the amount of free space, blah, 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 blah. So there is some data on the cartridge, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's still cheaping out, I think.
I want to know how many smaller games in that have a 16-bit cartridge or a 16 gigabyte cartridge. I would be curious to find out. I wonder what's the Crash one coming at? The Crash one's probably around the same size.
What, Crash Team Racing or Crash Insane?
Insane.
Crash Insane.
Zachary says never stop calling it Donald Trump soccer. AO said I don't mind, but if someone else wants to play, it's fine. Zachary said I'm very sorry, but I've got to go already. Have fun, everyone. Oh, Zachary's just starting his day. I was thinking about that right before doing the stream. How I have a friends on here that it's crazy. You guys are I'm saying happy Monday over here, and you guys are either starting your Tuesday or
for me it's 11:15.
Yeah,
still
it's
on
almost
Monday.
there. It's you're
In Europe, it's 12:15. So yeah, Crash Insane Trilogy comes on one cartridge. The Switch.
All three?
It says here, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy will come on one cartridge on Nintendo Switch. Blah blah blah. Nothing about a mandatory download. I'm pretty sure when I got it though, there was at least some sort of download.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's. Wait, I didn't think that Bubble would let me stop jumping. That's some shady stuff, man. I really don't appreciate them skimping out like that with these games, with these cart sizes. Wouldn't that be great to actually find out how much exactly it is per cart? How much do they pay for each cart?
There was something towards the end of last year. That's what I was trying to remember. A report, I remember reading it, where they said, I think it was 16 gigabyte cartridges are now comparable to the price that video game companies pay for Blu-rays. So in terms of a 16 gig cartridge, the price is about the same.
Really?
As for 32, and I'm not even sure if Nintendo's even released 64 yet, is it? Well, it's not actually Nintendo. It's who is it? Macronix, who they partnered up with, who actually make the cartridges. But if a 16 gig is about the price of a Blu-ray, just using simple maths, a 32, I know it doesn't work like this, is double the price of a Blu-ray, but it's not. It's probably quite a bit more.
Probably. I don't even know if it's a bit more, man. I really don't know. What is that? Everything when it comes to that kind of memory, what is it called? Solid state, right? Solid state memory.
Well, Macronix uses their own version. It actually uses two types of SSD, because do you remember when Nintendo had a shortage and everyone was blaming Apple because Apple's orders for NAND memory,
yes, I remember that,
were massive.
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't have been, because Nintendo wasn't ordering from those companies. They went into partnership with Macronix, who they had a partnership with on the 3DS and the N64, and they went back into a partnership with them to produce the NAND for their cartridges.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, I don't know, man. I still think that these companies they're skimping out on us, on the Switch. On the Switch fan base.
They are. They could use 16, and if it's a full price game, maybe a 32, and if it's a good enough game, a good enough version, still make money. But of course, if they use per smaller cartridge and force us to download, then that's even more profit. So from a business perspective, a company's there to make money. I can't blame them. From a consumer friendliness point of view, man, that's just dirty. That really is.
Yeah.
Your game, if it's good enough. So, put that little bit extra effort in there, please.
We haven't had something like that with any first-party titles, right? As far as I know.
No, and the other thing is Nintendo has some crazy compression techniques that they use for their games. So hopefully it will get better, because as time goes on, these companies won't have a reason. You know, they'll run out of excuses why they can't use 16, 32, 64 gig cartridges.
Yep.
Because they'll be exactly the same price as the other mediums. So that excuse will be out the window. So I'd like to see what they come up with next, you know. Oh, the printing process is too expensive. No, it's not. Don't even go there.
The printing, what is it? Oh,
No, the actual manufacturing to cartridge is more expensive than onto a Blu-ray. No, it's not. Come on, be honest. It's not.
Yeah, I don't think so. Especially, I mean, you got to think that overall, game manufacturers are production costs have gone down from even last generation. Because even last generation, you were still getting booklets with games, you know, with instruction booklets. Now you're not getting anything, nothing. You get a case, and you get the you know, the art cover for the case, and you get the game disc, and that's it. You don't get any kind of books. Someone posted something. I saw it right before. It was that game Minute. That indie game Minute, and it was a special edition, and it was awesome. Like, it had a cloth map. Like, games used to have all these things, you know, attached to them, and yeah, their production have gone way down. They don't do anything like that anymore, unless it's a collector's edition, and even then, man, some collector's edition are bogus.
Remember opening those games, those manuals. Some of them used to be really thick, and I would read them time and time again. I would read them while I was on the toilet. I'd read them at night.
Yep.
And it used to be fantastic.
Yep.
All right, I was reading the same things over and over, but it was just awesome. Opening, there's your game, there's your manual. It's going to tell me everything I need to know about the game. And you're right. Now you open it up, there's your cartridge. If you're lucky, you might get a reversible cover.
And that's it. You could download another cover if you want. That's about all they'll do for you.
Actually, Sonic Team Racing did come with a booklet in about 17 languages, and each language had one page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One page.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yep. No, definitely, man. If you're on the fence about Spyro Reignited Trilogy, fantastic. I think it's awesome.
I just don't want to support
someone who
that.
never played them.
I don't want to support what they did.
I can understand that.
Yeah, it's, you know,
if it goes on sale, it's what is it? It's about £35, $35. If it ever goes to like 50% off or something, I would say to someone that's absolutely worth it. And I know, you know, if you don't want to support Activision's practices, I can understand that, but at the same time, you're missing out on a really good game. So, you know, wait for a sale or something like that, or if someone buys it for you, then, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm waiting for a sale, because I was interested. I played a little bit of the Spyro back in the day. I wasn't really into those type of games back then. I was more into the JRPGs, but it looked okay, you know.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of sticking to the original essences of the games. Even though I never played them, I've seen videos of the originals comparing the new one to the old one, and you can see, and the new voice work is pretty good. The soundtracks are really good. Yeah, I like it. Yes, you know, I'm supporting Activision's bad practices. I make apologies for that, but I want
Shame.
Hang on. We've got Zilla in here, I believe.
Zilla! What's up, my man? How you doing this Monday?
Doing all right, man. Had played adult kickball on Saturday. My freaking thighs on fire, man.
Oh, really? I hear you, man. Sometimes I go a little bit too hard at work, and the next couple days, I'm hurting, man. When you're not used to doing it, you know, not used to working out.
Oh yeah, man. I haven't ran. You played on a baseball field, so.
Was that a work thing?
Huh?
Coloco, someone in chat. AO's not there. Says, can he join? I'm not sure if he's on about your game or the Discord.
Yeah. That's why I'm getting online so you could join AO. And I don't know if you want to play some soccer again. I'll leave it up to you. What you just select what game you want and I'll run it.
You never played kickball before?
Man, back in like grade school.
Man, we played. It was like 13 of us. We were playing kickball. Had 2 teams. It was uneven, but geez, Louise. All that running and kicking, because the ball wasn't like a grade school ball. This ball had to be like a big beach ball, but apparently it was an official kickball ball. But it's big.
Oh, okay.
It was like the size of a
Donald Trump soccer.
Ball,
it is
bigger than some Yoka balls.
All right, so this is not like just getting people together. This is like pre-planned, like kickball.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna finish eating this sub.
All right.
Yeah, you eat away. I've not had anything to eat all day, but please, eat away.
What are you trying to lose?
Trying to lose
some weight?
Any sympathy? No, I've just been really busy. I just haven't eaten all day.
Yeah.
What, you saying I'm fat?
No. I'm just saying. It's 11 o'clock and you're hungry. That means you purposely deprive yourself of food if it's 11 o'clock and you're hungry.
It's just I've been like on the go all day, and now it's way too late to eat anything. 11:30.
Oh, I'm gonna go with it. Why is Japan so weak? Yeah. Once it gets too late, man, I can't eat like that anymore. Can't pig out like I used to. And can't go to Taco Bell like at 1 o'clock in the morning anymore. It doesn't work that way. Do you guys have Taco Bell over there?
No.
How do you live? No.
We don't have Taco Bell. We have fast food places, you know. I was talking to a friend, Mikey. He lives in somewhere in America. And the other day, and I said, do you know what? I feel like a takeaway. I might order something from McDonald's. And he was like, what do you mean order? I said, well, they deliver now where I am. And he was like, McDonald's delivers. I said, yeah. Well, they don't over here. I'm sure they must do somewhere in America.
Well, yeah. I knew in New York City, they delivered back in the late 90s.
I was going to say, if we've got it over here now, really? America must have had it already. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
now,
yeah. Well, go ahead, Zilla.
Oh, but now you can Grubhub all types of stuff. So it's like they deliver. I know in Maryland, I know of only one McDonald's that actually has like a delivery service.
Oh, goal! That's an actual goal. Oh, all right. Oh my gosh. All right. Sorry, guys.
Who needs ears anyway? Jeez.
Sorry.
You know what's funny? When I was watching it, I heard you. I was biting my sandwich, and then I heard you screaming. And then I looked at your face, and you would just like have a blank face. I was like, it must be a delay because he's not making. He's not even moving.
Go. Oh, yeah. Grubhub is the deal over here now. Everywhere there's Grubhub, you know. Here we go. Bam. Wait, no, that's not gonna work. Yeah. So what? Wait. So when you're talking about McDonald's over there, is it the same McDonald's? Because I know in different countries they offer different things. Is there?
I assume you have mostly what. Maybe you have some, you know, food specific to America. I don't know.
Well, you know, certain parts of America has different McDonald's. Like Boston, they had lobster sandwiches.
Lobster sandwiches?
Mm-hmm.
We certainly don't have that over here.
Oh, that makes
'Cause
sense.
it just taps into the local market.
Right, yeah.
Most McDonald's over here, usually they will alternate. Like 1 month they'll be doing stuff like you'll see adverts, Tastes of America, the big Tex-Mex burger available now.
That's
And
just so
things like
weird.
that.
That's just so weird hearing it with a guy with an accent say something like that. That's just so weird.
But that's what they do, and they'll run that for a month, and then the next month they'll have another. I don't know, the New York. I don't know what they call them.
Back in June and July, they had Taste of Europe.
Really?
It was like 3 or 4 different burgers.
Really?
It must
It
have
was
been a
Taste of Europe
flop.
one. They had one for like Switzerland, one for it was like one for Germany, one for Switzerland, one. It was like 4 different countries in Europe.
Must have been a flop.
Well, that's just a seasonal thing. It's like
Yeah.
like Burger King. Burger King always has like a lot of times it's a hit, but it's only for a select time. So
Yeah.
it's just like, damn it.
Yeah.
What's going
You
on,
don't get
man?
there quick enough.
What's going on? What happened? Japan's dominating.
And of course, the player who scored is called Yoshi. Brilliant, or Yoshi.
And you said that they look weak.
I know. Oh, again. What's going on?
That wasn't a goal. Where's Ben Kingsley?
Yeah, where's Ben Kingsley? Exactly.
Oh, so I saw it chapter 2 the other night. I saw it on Thursday.
I heard
Apparently
it wasn't
came
as
out-
good as the first one.
I liked it better than the first one.
Really?
Yes, I liked it better than the first one because it showed the adults and the kids, and when you see how they selected the adults to be like the adult version of the kids, it's like, damn, they really did good with that. And what is it? It was a better story than the first one, because they connected some pieces that you actually lived through in the first one, and then filled in some pieces in between what you actually saw. It had some nightmare fuel in it, which was great. The first one wasn't scary at all, really, except for, I think the scariest part was in the first one, was close to the end when they were in the sewer and he was like in that
Yeah.
that
I know
circus hit thing, and then he did that little circus clown thing and they had the fire behind him. Like, that was pretty much because how the camera like jolted forward. But like it was a whole lot of better. It was much, like, I'm not scared of a lot of stuff, so it was just like the imagery is
It
what
was unnerving.
popped out to me.
Yeah, that's why I don't like any of those kind of movies, man. I haven't.
Well, I'm not-
What's that?
I'm not really
I'm
scared
looking
of
forward to
like that. I want to say the best scary movie that came out in the last 10 years was probably the Babadook.
Oh my, the Babadook, that kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That storybook. Yep, the Babadook. I like that.
Yeah.
It tapped into a lot of classic 80s 80s horror type stuff, like scary stuff. I love movies that don't really show the protagonist or antagonist.
Yeah.
Most of the movie. Like the first Jeepers Creepers. I love it because you didn't see.
I actually really like that one. I don't like scary movies, but that was good.
You didn't see the creeper's face until like almost halfway through the movie.
Hang on, I'm trying to think. Was the first one the one where the brother is driving the sister back from college?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. That is, yeah. I actually like all the Jeepers Creepers films. Yeah, really, really good.
Hold on. Did you see that one that was like made for TV?
TV. Don't think I have.
So when it, I think it's 3 or 4. I can't remember. But the last one is essentially, it's essentially a prequel to one of them. Not the first one, but I think the second one. It's like an in-betweener. It's weird, and what's weird is that the time placement of it, on top of the abilities the Creeper had that wasn't in none of the other movies. So I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. But yeah,
that was still in, like, I think Jeepers Creepers was still in a point in Hollywood where they could do stuff like that, where they could just make decisions that don't even, it doesn't even matter. Like a lot of big Hollywood decisions, they're like, whoa, well, that doesn't make any sense with what we already established in the universe. Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's just do that. It'll look cool. You know, like that.
Stick said he hated Babadook. The kid ruined it for him.
But I've been watching scary movies since I was like 5, 6 years old. About as long as I've been playing video games, I've been watching scary movies.
Yeah, I don't like I seen, like, when I was little, I used to actually watch scary movies more when I was little, and it would affect me less than now. I saw a bunch.
Really?
I saw it when I was like 5 or 6. Another goal, by the way, and I was it when I was 5 or 6, and then I was like, yeah, that's kind of creepy, but whatever. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I need someone to hold me at night now, because I can't take it, man. Hold me.
First horror film.
When I was in the theater,
Sorry,
I seen a trailer, which I didn't hear anybody talk about yet.
The what?
It was a trailer for a movie I haven't heard anybody talk about yet, and it was called Dr. Sleep. What's cool about Dr. Sleep is it's a direct sequel to The Shining.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. I've heard of it.
It's the boy from The Shining grown up. I think it's Ian McDermott, the dude that hold on.
Why do I know that name?
No. Is it what's the guy named McClellan or something like that? What's that guy? What's the guy that playing AI?
Him? That's it. You mean Sora's voice?
Huh?
Sora's voice?
No.
Yeah, that's the guy.
I don't know the voice.
The kid that plays AI is Sora's voice.
No, not the kid. Well, the kid in AI was the boy from Sixth Sense.
You're right. He's the one that plays Sora's voice.
No, I'm talking about the guy, the older robot that the boy was following.
Oh, I don't know.
He played in the new Winnie the Pooh movie, the live action movie, Winnie the Pooh movie.
Quickly, Cloco Junior Nintendo says he's got to go.
Okay, buddy. All right. Take care, Junior. Thanks for showing up, man. Appreciate it.
Hold on, let me see.
The first horror film I was ever allowed to watch was on, and yes, we had Betamax before VHS. Okay, was An American Werewolf in London. One of my all-time favorite films, man.
Oh, he's did you say Jude Law? Are you thinking of Jude Law?
Yeah, I think it's Jude Law. Hold on, let me see.
He's not a kid. He's
the adult that the kid was following around. He was like a prostitute or something.
Oh.
You remember the prostitute that the boy followed around? He was a robot too, or android, or whatever you call it.
No, I don't remember that.
He was like the co-star. If the movie was about the boy, the one the boy spent most of the movie with was him, Jude Law.
I haven't seen that movie since it came out. It was kind of disappointing. They spent the ending. I remember the ending being terrible. That's what I remember about that movie.
Mm-hmm. Let me see who's in this movie. Hold on. Yeah, Doctor Sleep.
I just started watching an anime that a lot of people
there it
talk
is.
about. Oh.
It's Ewan McGregor. That's who it is.
Oh, Ewan. Oh, yeah. Oh. Why
Ewan
did I think
McGregor.
that? And I
Jude
saw,
Law,
of
not
course.
Jude Law.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
It's
Not-
when you said kid is what threw me off. Because I saw that Winnie the Pooh remake, and yeah, Ewan McGregor's in it.
Yeah, him. So he's in it. He's like the adult version of the boy from The Shining.
Oh, okay.
The main boy.
Have I been scoring on myself?
That's a classic, The Shining, man. Jeez.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever watched My Hero Academia. I know it's kind of like everybody talks about it.
Never watched anime in my life.
You've never
so-
seen anime?
Really?
Not in. I know I'm going to be hated here, but I'm not into anime. You know.
You haven't watched Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, none of that.
No.
Not even Fist of the North Star. How old? Because you're like you spent 20-something years in the military, so I would say you were like in your mid-30s.
Hey, I wish I was in my mid-30s, man. I'm 49.
Okay, so you didn't even see Fist of the North Star?
No, I've never watched anime in my life. I don't want to insult people that watch it, but it just doesn't interest me. So
Understand?
Okay, but I understand that, but we have to force you to get interested. No, I'm just kidding. No, but like, look, dude, if you're gonna watch something, just watch Cowboy Bebop. Look, it's only 22 episodes. You could finish this in literally like 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, see,
You
hold
could finish
on. How are you gonna?
Because
you gonna give him 22 episodes to watch?
oh, it's like 4 hours long. It's like 4
Look.
hours long though.
Look, watch an anime movie like oh yeah, like the uncut version of what was the movie I just said earlier? I ended up finding the uncut. I scooped that bad boy up. The Fist of the North Star. This movie came out in like the 80s, and it was essentially like it's like Mad Max. It's kind of like the movie Mad Max, except it's like it's all in martial arts.
I've actually never
And the
seen
guy-
Fist of the North Star.
Oh my God, Fist of the North Star.
Look.
That guy is a beast.
good. Got a friend from America, Julio. His name is Tales of Julio, and he has told me about anime for I've known him quite some time. Shout out to Tales of Julio. And if he can't get me into anime,
Dude, we can
No
do
one's
it.
gonna get
We
into
can do
anime.
it. Well, me and Zilla are gonna get you into anime.
Look,
look.
and the thing is, I'm not even really like. I am like a casual anime watcher. Like,
yeah,
I'm
me too.
Dragon Ball Z. I'm like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Fist of the North Star, maybe a little bit of Akira.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I gotta pause that. Please just watch Akira. It's just a movie. It's just a movie. Like, give it a chance. I'm telling you, just give Akira a chance. That's all you like.
the
It's
closest I will ever get is I bought the Naruto trilogy on Switch and played it for a couple of hours, and that is it. I've never gone back to it.
Dude, I'm telling you, Akira is such a good movie. It's wait,
Yeah,
have you
Akira-
ever seen this movie that came out the live action it's basically like a remake of Akira. You know what I'm talking about, Zilla? It was like shaky cam. The whole movie was shaky cam.
It was a live action movie.
Yeah, it's a live action movie. It came out like a little bit after Cloverfield. You know, remember how Cloverfield was all shaky cam? Like, it came out right after Chronicle. The movie's called Chronicle. And it's basically Akira. Chronicle is live action version of Akira. Anybody that tells me otherwise, that it's not as good, but it's that.
Hold on, you
Okay.
make me want to watch Akira. I haven't watched like Akira's probably.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Well, hold on. This is the test. Have you ever watched Thundercats?
I've never seen it. I know about it, but I've never seen it.
No.
What about you, Dizzle?
Thundercats. Ho!
You never seen Thundercats?
Nope.
Damn, he didn't even see Thundercats. That was like,
Yeah,
I
I
wanna
didn't
say
either.
that was
That was a
probably
little
the
bit before my time.
yeah, because that was out back in like 85, 86.
Stitched is telling me to watch something called Grave of the Fireflies.
I've never seen it, but
I
I thought it was a slower paced movie. I thought Grave of the Fireflies it's a what's his face film, Miyazaki, right? Miyazaki film.
That's the guy that made
Princess Mononoke.
oh, so that is Miyazaki, the same guy that is the inspiration behind
Zelda Breath of the
Legend
Wild.
of Zelda?
Yes.
Breath of the Wild, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I thought it was pretty much most of Legend of Zelda because like the spirits that's in it and all that other stuff, like the themes.
Oh,
behind the
it could
spirits.
be. It could be. It could very well be.
I was watching YouTube video. It's a bunch of them I used to watch when I was working in the office.
You telling me Zelda is based, or what? The
Yeah.
inspiration was from anime?
Yeah.
I
Off
mean,
of Miyazaki. It was like-
it very well could be. I don't know. I've always read that the inspiration of Miyamoto with Zelda was him exploring Japan when he was young.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm talking about the themes behind the spirits and all of that other stuff that's in it. That the world of the Legend of Zelda.
Yeah,
And,
Right.
yeah.
Japanese lore and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, it could very well be. But I'm telling you, dude, I think Akira is the most like, if I had to recommend anything anime to anyone, I think it's the most friendly to someone who has never seen anime, because it's a movie that it has good pacing, it has good, awesome, like amazing action, like it's just a good story, you know, and I just think
There's
it's,
something else you have to remember, though. Well, two things. One, I'm 49. Two, I believe they have subtitles. And three, remember, I've only recently started wearing glasses and actually realised what HD truly looks like. So,
no, you don't have to. I don't like sub versus, you know, the whole sub versus dub thing. I think it's a little
I
bit
love
silly.
dub.
I love dub.
dub.
Man, I don't want to read. I really don't want to read.
I've heard some hardcore anime people talk about, you know, when it's dubbed, the Western dub is always pathetic compared to the original, you know, Japanese
Dude,
voice.
that's just
You know
because.
what?
You know what that is? That's just because they don't even understand what the guy's saying, and it's just a different inflection. I could say right now, "Voy a ir al baño," and it sounds cool, but I just said I'm going to go to the bathroom. That's
Yeah.
that's all it is. It's just a different way of saying something. But I don't know. I find it rather silly, the whole argument of sub versus dub.
I think most of the people that perpetuate that on the internet, at least, are the ones who want to seem like they're ahead of the curve. So they're like, yeah, man, I watched subtitles.
Yep.
Like, fuck that. Like, it was only 2 animes that I cared enough to actually read it, because I was a part of Crunchyroll. Like, I was a subscriber, so I would get the new episodes of Attack on Titan and Naruto Shippuden, and so I wanted to keep seeing the new stuff.
Yeah.
And I love Naruto. Like, he's like, Naruto is my spirit animal.
The problem I have with anime though, and especially anime like Naruto, is the series
Filler.
are so long, man. And it's like, if you're an outsider looking in, you're like, I don't want to jump into that. I don't want to jump into something that's 400, 500 episodes long. That's what I'm saying.
So-
like, that's why I always
so-
tell people something like Cowboy Bebop or even Samurai Champloo, which
Mhm.
are, by the way, the same person that made it. It's something that's small, that's compressed. There's no, like you said, not a lot of filler, and that you can actually watch the whole thing in just a few hours and not have to sit there for months trying to catch up. You know.
Oh, so what I did was I went online and I found out all the main episodes. Like, it took out all the filler episodes, and I just started watching it in that order. But because that's all I really care about is the main story.
Yeah, if you could do that, that's fine. I've only seen one Naruto movie, and I thought it was really good, but not enough to get me in a whole big series like that.
Oh, well, see, the problem with a Naruto movie is the same thing that's a problem with, like, a Pokemon anime movie, is that it plops you into a world that you really don't know the backstory to. So, like, you would have to be a part of the anime, watching the actual episodes to understand what's going on. That's what I liked about the latest Pokemon movie, the live action one. One, I wanted to see how they would really do with implementing real people into that world. And I don't know if you saw it or
Which
not,
they did
but
amazing. Did you watch that, Mark?
I haven't yet. I'm meaning to, but I haven't watched it yet.
I like what they did, and it's something because I didn't really watch any Pokemon episodes until my daughter, she started to like Pokemon, and I started watching Pokemon XYZ, and that was actually a good one. It wasn't centered around Ash Ketchum. It was like a group of them, and they had good stories in it, and it's short episodes. It's a good one on Netflix.
Zilla.
No,
Karen, please.
No, I was just rambling. What's up?
No, all I was going to say, well, I was going to ask you a question. I'm going to assume that, like most things, anime, comes out each year with a new season. Is there, how can I say it? Is there like one or two or even more animes that you absolutely always watch?
Oh, no, not for me, not anymore. No. For me, okay, so like I love Naruto, right? But what happened with that was they made Boruto, and it was a point of Shippuden where I don't think I saw like it was a period between Shippuden and I don't know if it was Shippuden. It was whenever when Naruto and my boy Sasuke started to come back together again and fight all these people, and it had to be somewhere between that and when Boruto picked up, where I like fell out, and then I was just like, oh damn, like so I wasn't even really interested anymore. I only cared about following Naruto because essentially Boruto is a rehash of the original Naruto series, except for it's his son, and he actually had Naruto has parents now, and the parents are the ones that you watch going through all the other Naruto series. So I didn't really care about that, but like when but there's good ones out there like Naruto, Shippuden. You should really look into that. Attack on Titan is good.
Oh, Attack on Titan's really good.
Attack on Titan is good because it's like
you ever see
what's funny is Attack on Titan is like.
Do you ever see Game of Thrones? Mark, have you ever seen Game of Thrones?
Took me until the whole thing had finished, 8 seasons, and then I tweeted about this, and people were like, "What?" I binge watched all 8 seasons in a week, and I was like, "How did I not?" Yep, seriously.
What? I mean, I thought I binged a lot of it, but So imagine.
Did I not? How did I not watch this sooner?
Imagine something like that, or Walking Dead, where no character, and when I mean no character is safe. It is absolutely brutal. Attack on Titan.
That's true. But what in retrospect, looking back at Attack on Titan, it reminds me of Astral Chain, based in a like medieval times Japanese backdrop, like it, because they have those chains, right?
Oh like, yeah, kind of.
God,
yeah.
It's really good. You should watch Attack on Titan. And it's not long.
No, it's another short. It's another short anime that's easy to get into because it's gripping from the beginning. Like it just kind of it's kind of like Stephen King's. I would a little bit like Stephen King's The Dome. You ever heard about that? About
the Dome?
Yeah, I think it's called The Dome or something like that. In a sense where there's something happening to a secluded group of people and you don't understand exactly why it's happening. You know, that's that. You know. And there's kind of like a mystery behind, you know, and it's kind of like that, you know, where the whole entire series, you're like, what exactly are these Titans? Like, why is the world the way it is? Like, what's behind all of this? That's kind of like that, too. Trizzy, what's up, buddy? Oh, Stitch said Akira is great. That is the movie that pulled him into...
and it's short. It's like, it doesn't have that many episodes in the season. And... I want to say the first couple episodes are kind of confusing because you don't know. I say 4 episodes in, you're really like, oh, okay, that's what's going on. But it's still gripping to watch story-wise and how the animation is. It's really good.
Is it really? I haven't seen the series in like since it first came out. But I thought I could have sworn that it was that there was still like you still are kind of like what are these things in the very end or whatever.
Oh no, I'm not talking about like that part. I'm talking more like the dynamic between the people and the Titans itself, where as what's going on inside the town and what's being hidden, because it was kind of a lot of secrets going on. Because remember early on before they joined the military, they were kids. So like they were hiding, the parents used to hide stuff, and they kind of got thrust into the war. But like early on, I want to say the first 2-3 episodes, it was kind of a little bit confusing to me, but I like picked up on what was going on.
And, you know, it's funny. Some of these some animes, a lot of animes have that quality about them, where they kind of throw you in the middle and you're like, what is going on here? And then like slowly it starts explaining, you know, and the confusing ones are the ones that never get better. You're sitting there and you're watching like 20, 30 episodes in and you still don't know what's going on. I can't stand that about some animes.
I gotta find something different. This is weird.
Yep. Yep. You know what's like that too? The Final Fantasy, basically the whole series after 12. Final Fantasy 13 was like that. The whole thing. Final Fantasy 13. What is going on exactly? I don't understand it.
What is it? It's Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy I never liked. The only RPG like that I've played was Phantasy Star on an NES. I think it was Phantasy Star. Was that Phantasy Star?
Phantasy Star was for the Sega Master System.
What was the one that has the white cat with the red nose?
White cat with the red nose. That's Final Fantasy? Do you mean the Moogle?
Yeah, that's Final Fantasy. Yeah, because my cousin had it for the NES.
Yeah, they had for the NES. Then I mean, unless he had an imported copy, I don't think he had any Moogles. There wasn't any Moogles in Final Fantasy 1. At least I don't think.
No, not hold on. No, not Final Fantasy. Phantasy Star.
Phantasy Star. I could have sworn that Phantasy Star was only a Sega game.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up right now. Fantasy
Is Mark
Star.
still? Are you still there?
I'm still here. Yep.
Oh, okay. Do you remember? I thought Fantasy Star was a Sega game.
Fantasy Star is a Sega game.
Are you?
Yes.
Is it?
Oh yeah, he did have Sega. Because he had NES and Sega.
That's what it is.
I used to play what I used to play on there. Shinobi, and what was the other one? And I think my favorite Shinobi game was, I think it was the part 2, the one that had the wolf in it. What was it called? Something wolf.
I don't know. I know about it, but I never played it. Hey, by the way, we did talk a little bit about in the beginning. You weren't here, Zilla, but we talked a little bit about Dreamcast. Today, 9/9/19, 20 years ago, the Dreamcast came to the United States. Did you have one? Did you?
Man, that was the last system because Dreamcast. Yeah, so Dreamcast was the last console my mom bought for me because I graduated in '98, and that my night going up to my birthday's on Halloween, so it came out a month before my birthday. So they had a month before. So when my birthday came out, well, a month before my birthday, she got me that. And that was the only Sega system that I ever bought or that I ever had in my possession. Like, because I never really liked Sega except for Sega Genesis. I did love certain Sega Genesis games, and but I didn't care about it enough because I hated their controller.
Yeah, that 3-button thing. I never liked that, man.
Yeah, like, and really, is for me. I don't think it was. Well, the controller felt like cheap plastic to me. The buttons did too, but I think it was the shape of the controller that I didn't like the most of it.
Really?
I'll be back in a sec. I'm just going to make a quick iced tea. What am I talking about? Iced tea crap. A hot cup of tea.
Iced tea.
I'm about to say, hold on, y'all drink iced tea out there?
Get the hell out! No iced tea. Get out of here.
Trizzy
No,
said.
because I watched this show on this series. It's actually a YouTube channel where I think they have Irish people on it, and they give them like American foods and drinks and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, what the heck is Taco Bell?" I used to be a part of a PlayStation group on Facebook back when I was on Facebook, and one of the one of the people that helped run that page with me, she was from Great Britain, I think it was, and she didn't understand iced tea, like why it's supposed to be warm, like. So that's why I said that.
I had this conversation with Koloko a few days ago about iced tea and hot tea, and you can keep your iced tea. I'll keep my hot tea, and I will be back in 2 minutes. Please continue to talk with each other. Iced tea. What the hell?
So what, they really don't drink iced tea out there?
No, they don't even. He didn't even know what iced tea was. He says he didn't know what iced tea was. I'm like, here it's on every gas station. Every gas station, you know. What am I doing here?
Yeah. The only warm tea I really like is it's this I think the name of the tea company is like called Celeste or something. Forgot what it is, but it they have this sleepy time tea.
Oh, I've had those kind of teas before. They're pretty good. Try pressing start right here, yo, because in this screen right here, because I see player 1, but I don't see.
It's like a mint type tea.
I every once in a while I have a hot tea like that, but I'm not a fan really.
But I prefer. Oh, you ever made You ever made sun tea? That's pretty good.
No. What is that? What is that? What is sun tea?
Sun tea is just you put tea in some water and you set it out in the front porch.
Oh yeah, I have heard of that.
That's all it is.
Trizzy says, I had a release your Dreamcast. God, I loved it.
Me too. I loved it, and sure enough, I got burnt by the daggone thing because, well, the writing was on the wall. Because Sega don't know how to do anything correctly. Me saying that is how they were. Just that's why I tell people I think Xbox is gonna be the first one. I've been saying this for years. That Microsoft is gonna be the first one to step out of the console race because
not anymore.
I don't think everything that I see. Well, what I'm saying is the physical box. I'm talking about that because Xbox is a service essentially now, and but I could see them being the first ones to stop making boxes because they're essentially lining up everything to be like that so they can be on everything, and they just want to sell software. Software is what makes money anyway. So, but when I say they're going to be like Sega is because they keep throwing stuff at the wall and it just don't stick. Like they should have won that generation 360, PlayStation 3, and the Wii, but that didn't turn out well, and that was like the best they ever did. Because when
what do you mean, the 360?
Yeah,
dude, that turned to me, in my opinion, Xbox won that generation. Like it didn't sell it as much as the Wii, but it did so much better than the other two as far as in a lot of areas. Like it had.
Oh yeah. I agree with you on that one, but at the end of the day, the more consoles that are out there, the more software that can be sold. And they had pigeonholed themselves. They had a lot of paid exclusives that they were working on, and they were able to get. That's why I'd laugh at people that talk about, these exclusivity deals. Whatever happened to all that talk back in the 360 days when they were like capitalizing on everything?
Yep.
And but at the end of the day, it's
Also, I booted up Gears 5, man.
That looks beautiful.
It looked good, but I don't know if maybe I pressed something I shouldn't have and started doing like a tutorial that maybe the game forces you into it. I don't know, but I stopped playing because the tutorial was really like 20 minutes into it, man, and it was still telling me about cover and stuff. I'm like, why am I doing this, bro? It's Gears 5. If you don't know how to play Gears, what are you doing playing a 5th game in the series? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell me how to shoot. Don't tell me how to cover.
When I had my Xbox One, Gears 4 came out, and I did not like that game. And what was crazy is one of the reasons why I got it, because I was like, because I played the Gears 1 and 2. I don't know if I played 3, but I played 1 and 2. What my cousin had, because he pretty much has, for the most part, an Xbox. And I was like, this is a good game. And so when I eventually got, because I had like, what's funny is I've had every system that each of these three main console makers make, except for one out of all of them. Like, so it's like I had, well, hold on, I'm lying. Yeah, well, give us a second. So I had all the PlayStations except for PlayStation 2. I had all the Nintendos except for Wii. I had all the Xboxes except for Xbox 360.
So you had a PS3?
Yeah. I had a PS1, PS3, PS4.
Now,
I had NES.
Wait, you skipped the PS2?
Yeah.
You're like the only person in the world.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
What?
Like, it like literally, The only games that I liked from PS2 was Omnimusha
Oh, so good.
and Omnimusha, because it reminded me of Big Trouble in Little China, and
Oh yeah.
And I forgot which Tekken. Maybe it was Tekken 3 or Tekken 4 or something.
Tekken Tag Tournament?
3? No, Tekken Tag Team Tournament wasn't on PS2, was it?
Yes, it was. Tekken Tag Tournament was on PS2. I know, because it was my favorite game on the PS2 was Tekken Tag
So what
Tournament.
was the one that came before Tekken Tag Tournament?
I don't know, but that I think that was one of the first. I'm sure there were more Tekkens on the PS2, but that was one of the first ones. Was Tekken Tag Tournament?
Was the Tekken Tag that came out on Nintendo system?
Tekken Tag Team Tournament 2.
Two.
I love.
That's it, because it had Nintendo exclusive stuff, didn't it?
Yeah,
What did it have in it?
it was like clothes and like Mario
Yeah.
clothes.
And mushrooms that would make the characters get bigger.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was really good, really good.
I love that game, man. Fat and Skinny Bob are my favorite characters. Really, it's Fat. Really, it's Fat Bob. I love Fat Bob. But yeah, that was good. So yeah, it was like literally only 2, 3, and then again, me being who I am, I pretty much despise when people overwhelmingly love something without any proper merit behind it. So people was like on PS2, and I was like, what's so good about it? Like, and you showing me things like Final Fantasy VII, which I can't jack diddly squat about it. Like,
Which was on the PlayStation 1.
huh?
Well, Final Fantasy 7 was on the PlayStation 1.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, which one was the one that they're remaking?
Final Fantasy 7, yeah. That was on PlayStation 1. So you mean they were showing you like Final Fantasy 10?
I guess so. What
Yeah.
Final Fantasy was on there?
Final Fantasy 10.
It was like, and then Metal Gear ended up being on GameCube, but I didn't really care about Metal Gear Solid. It was a good game, but it was too slow for me.
You know what was one of the most hypest games that I had for PlayStation that was such a big deal is, but no one really ever talks about anymore, was Zone of the Enders.
Oh yeah, I remember
Zone
that
of the
game.
Enders. Yeah.
Zone of the Enders was hype, man. Like, it was incredible.
I love the Street Fighter Alpha games on PS1. I love Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer.
It was a bunch of games that I had on PS1 that I liked, but like it wasn't really like Omnimusha was probably like the only game that I missed on PS2, really, for me. Like when people are talking about all these other games and like, oh, what was interesting was
Zilla, are you looking at what's going on screen right now? Are you seeing this?
no, I was thinking about starting back River City Girls again.
Oh my gosh.
Just
dude.
quickly about what's going on screen here. Just a quick question. Do you do you respect that Nintendo releases these games in the original format so that you get that nostalgia, or take this game, for example, Stunt Race FX? Would you rather they went in, stabilized the frame rates, not completely remade them, just stabilized the frame rates and cleaned them up a little bit?
1000% yes. This is horrible. How is
Yes.
this even considered a complete game? What is this, man? It's just a blurry mess that I'm barely like making out what the road is.
Well, I can see the road,
It's
but
like
the frame, like, I really do like. So if they did that, right, it would take longer to emulate these games.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for
Given
sure. Yeah.
given the prowess of what Nintendo already knows how to do, they don't have all the resources that Microsoft has to spend that time and dedicate to upgrade these old games. I kind of like going back and experiencing the game the same way it was. However, I see why they give you those controllers.
Yeah,
or they sell those controllers because
So, yeah.
like I was playing Star Fox the other day, Saturday, and I was like, I keep getting used to using the analog controller, and that game is not meant for analog, like at all. You're gonna be all over the place. Same thing with Super Mario Kart. Like, definitely you cannot play that game with an analog controller. Not me, at least.
Koloko Stitch says,
I just saw that.
Andre, yeah, if you're playing first person, apparently the frame rate's better. If they did go in and do something, you would just have another group of people outcry, "Oh, you've ruined the nostalgia I have for that game." Blah blah. So they can never win, whatever they do.
No.
I wish they remade Clay Fighters.
Oh my gosh, Clay
Oh.
Fighters so
God.
Clay Fighters 63 and 1/3. Remember that?
Yeah.
So they wanted to call it. Even the title, man, 63 and 1/3. It's like it's so
Yeah.
bizarre. It's
Man.
great, man. Boogerman and the snow dude. They need to remake that game, man.
I wish
Yeah.
I wish Arc System Works remade Earthworm Jim somehow. They can do something with that.
Oh my god.
He's in that game too, isn't he?
In which game?
In Clay Fighter.
Is he in that?
Yeah,
is he
he's
the
in
second?
Airform Jim is in Clay Fighter.
Yeah, because that is an interplay game.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Oh, so what game do I have on my Switch? It's a game. I don't know if any of you guys remember the Lost Vikings.
Yeah, it's a Blizzard game.
Yeah, so there's a game.
You really like Blizzard games, man.
On the Switch. It's called Unruly Heroes. It reminds me
Yes.
of that
Yeah.
game.
Where you can swap the characters.
Yep. It reminds me of that game. It looks good too.
It
Wait,
does.
wait. It's a Switch. It's a new Switch game.
Oh, it came out a while ago.
I don't
Okay.
think it's an exclusive game, but I have it on Switch.
Don't think it's exclusive. It was showed at quite a few directs ago. I think it was an indie direct.
Yep.
And it is seriously, it's a fantastic game. You've got, I think, 4 different characters, and they have slightly different weapons and
It's
specials.
like
And you can
Japanese game.
Hey,
look. And the
question.
people that made it are ex Ubisoft. Because when I first saw it in the indie direct, I thought this is a rip-off of Rayman. And then I found out they're ex Ubisoft members who worked on Rayman that left and made this game.
Quick question. Do you know if Snipperclips is able? Are you able to play that online or no?
I haven't played Snipperclips since like the first 3-4 months I had my Switch. I got it at launch, but like that was one of the.
So I wouldn't know.
I love that game. Is fun, but you have to play it with somebody.
Yeah,
And
I'll quickly look online.
Because that's so much fun to play.
Monsters.
Can
What?
you play
Pixel
Snipperclips game free on Snipperclips? Cut it out
It's
together.
Pixel Junk Monsters.
You said
Does it have online?
It's a tower defense game.
Which one is it again? What is it called?
Pixel Junk Monsters.
No,
Yes,
but I was
yeah.
interested in the look because it looked really cool.
Yeah,
So,
I have it.
Pixel Junk Monsters, I fell in love with it on PS3. That one is better than Monsters 2. Monsters 2 look way better, but it's something with the camera. The camera's like wonky. It's not a fixed camera, so it's like you can get really confused.
But you can't
Quickly,
control it.
Koloko.
You
Snipperclips
can
is not
control it,
online.
but it's just it's annoying as all hell. But that OTTTD game, that tower defense game I was telling you about,
Over the top tower defense, yeah.
yeah. So that one's way better than Pixel Junk Monsters 2.
Yeah, yeah. I got Pixel Junk Monsters 2, and I don't really like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the look of it and what I read about it, but when I started playing it, didn't really like
I
it.
don't like how they mess with the camera like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, there's a few
So,
things. Yeah.
Going back to Genesis. So Genesis, all the games that I missed on Genesis because I didn't have a Genesis, I got on the Sega Genesis Classics that game that came out a little while ago. So it was like all the games that I could ever want on there is on there. So I was like, oh, I'm not missing anything.
Oh, what, the Genesis collection?
Yeah. Well, it's called Sega Genesis Classics.
That's it. I haven't got it, but I know the one you mean. Yeah.
But I actually had that same thing on PS3. It was except for it didn't have that you go in a bedroom type situation and choose your game, but it was essentially all the same games.
Oh, they don't have Super Spike Volleyball on here, do they?
I'm trying to still figure out why Luigi's Mansion 3 is not on pre-order yet, or pre-sale, or whatever they call it.
Doesn't make sense to me.
It's still not on there. It's games that come out far after that game, and it's not there.
That game comes out in what, about 5 weeks, 6 weeks?
Yeah, like it's coming out after October 31st. Like other games.
I guess maybe they want people to focus on Zelda.
Oh shoot! The reason why I got the vouchers is so I can get Astral Chain and Luigi's Mansion 3. Like,
pick what you want to play. Pick what you want to play.
Hey, hold on!
You know those vouchers?
I had that game.
Which one?
City Connection. Up.
Can you still get those vouchers in America?
Get what?
You know those vouchers that Nintendo was selling? If you had the online membership where you get 2 vouchers for £100 or $100.
I don't think so. I think that finished.
I don't know when it finished because I got mine over a little over a month ago.
Yeah, I think July at the end of July was the last. July 31st was the last day.
I can still buy them on the UK eShop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go up right there.
Is this a 2-player?
I can't remember. I haven't played it since I was like 8.
G-Connect. I've heard of it. Oh, 1988. Jesus, man, I was 18. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Jaleco used to make all the fighting games, man. Those beat-em-up games.
Jeez.
So
wow.
I don't know if you guys have ever played Super Spike Volleyball or World Cup for the NES, but those are fun games, fun multiplayer games, man. That would be something that I'd be okay playing again if they released it. That's kind of weird that they didn't, because that came bundled with the NES. Those 2 games. It was like Mario Duck Hunt and then Super Spike Volleyball World Cup.
So, do you now think we are going to get N64 games, and if so, are we going to have to wait another year like we did with the SNES games?
Probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Because what they want to do is they want to release it right before the majority of people renew. Exactly.
I can't blame them, but I would. Obviously, everyone wants it sooner. Of course, they do.
So remember when we were last talking about this, and we were talking about how we felt about how Nintendo's is going to start releasing the games sporadically now.
Yeah, not each month. Yeah.
So, Spawn Wave was saying earlier. I was watching one of his videos, or listening to one of his videos earlier this morning. And he was saying, like, maybe it might be they might release one every week or something like that. Whereas instead of them releasing them all at one time, they release one like every other week or every week. I was like, if they did that, that'd be cool.
Nah, they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
You just never know with Nintendo, do you? But I mean, if I had to say, I would say don't think that's what they're going to do. I think the reason they've told us it's not going to be the same as the NES is because you might get one next month and then go a couple of months without any at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know how hard it is to add online features to these old games. I can't imagine it's that hard, especially for the talent they have, you know. But from what that message they said, they're still going to be releasing NES games. So, you know, we now have 2 catalogs that are just going to keep building and building, I would imagine.
Oh, so
But
I was every once in a while I go on to the eShop and try to find some cheap game to buy, right?
not the only one.
I found this game that was like this horrible Dark Souls clone. And
Is it called Castle Heart?
No, it's called Animus.
Oh,
Uh-oh,
really?
my-
It's really bad.
Yeah, when I
Oh my
bought
lord!
it, it was like $1.25 or something crap. And that game's horrible. It's horrible. I mean,
Still
I can
overpriced
see
at
what
that
they're trying
price.
to do, but it's like, it's horrible. Like,
It's not the best, is it?
no.
No.
Something else, 'cause this
I
stinks.
remember a video Coloco did where he went, I think for $5, ended up buying X amount of games on
Yeah,
the
they had
eShop.
like 17 games for $5.
Yeah, so like shortly after that, I gave myself a little bit of more of allowance, but I got a whole bunch of good games out of that. I think how much did I say I spent? Like $10. I gave myself $10 to spend, and I got like 10 or 12 games, and they were good. It was some good games. It was games that I wasn't just looking for any game that was just cheap, trying to max out. I was trying to find all the games that I wouldn't mind playing and buying those for very, very cheap. Like,
I mean, yeah, if you bought 10 games for $10, if you only liked half of them, that's still really good value, man.
yeah, most of those games I got were like, I love them.
Can you imagine paying $50 for this, for what we're playing right now? Can you imagine that as a little kid?
Back then,
$50.
that what game is that?
I don't even know.
What was it I was watching? I think it was the Nintendo Dads a while ago, and someone wrote in with a question on their Patreon, moaning to your opinion on this and if something should be done about it and what could be done about it. These companies that put their games on sale for ridiculous low amounts to the best sellers, right?
And they're garbage.
When absolute crap, but they sell because it's so cheap people will buy it anyway. On that, is it, are they, you know,
Or
of course
they're giving their game for free, and it's absolute garbage, right? So they're giving their game for free, but what happens? It shoots up to the top of the charts, and even people that have no idea, they're like, hey, this game must be good. It's on the top of the charts, so they make their money back.
Should Nintendo do something about it? And if so, what can they do about it? Tell these companies not to put their games on sale?
No, what they need to do is add user reviews. Is what they need to do. Like Steam does. Steam has.
Bring
Steam has
back
its,
Miiverse because.
well, but the thing is, you always are going to get a bunch of people that are hating on a game for whatever reason just to hate on it. But what Steam does is it only lets you review the game if you have purchased it off of Steam, and if the eShop could do that, where it could make anybody who's verified purchased that game could go back and you leave a review, that would be great.
That's how the Wii U was. That's how Miiverse was.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Could leave,
Miiverse was ahead of its time, man, and I loved it.
You could leave
Miiverse
5
was-
stars and down, can you, or something?
That's awesome.
I was so pissed off that they didn't bring Miiverse. Cause like I used to make, cause like, okay, you would go in there, you would go into the the game rooms or what the communities. You would go into the game community,
I don't know if that's
and then
two-player. Sorry.
and then you would add, you would see people talking about what they liked and disliked about the game, and they had moderators there, so it wasn't a whole lot of crazy stuff going on in there, and it was such a beautiful thing. I made so many good informed decisions on game purchases on that. It was ridiculous. And also, what else was good about that? Oh, if you had a hard time with something, people would tell you right then and there. Like,
Exactly.
Like,
No
it was-
system before it, no system at the time, and no system since has had the ability. If I had a game, I could go on that game's forum, post a question if I was stuck at a part, and every person in the world who had that game could see that post
Yep.
and reply
That's
to me
all.
and help
I-
me if they wanted.
And I did use that, and I wasn't even that big on Miiverse, but I even used. I know exactly what you're talking about because I used it when playing Wind Waker. I posted on there like, "Hey, how do I do this?" And then a bunch of people were like, "Oh, very helpful," and it was so cool, man. You're absolutely right.
And no, nothing's done it before that or since, and it was fantastic.
That game.
Yeah, I feel like how does that happen? How do they not plan for the future when it comes to Miiverse? They built this infrastructure. Wait, can you join in if you press start? Is this a one-player game only? They built this infrastructure, and in a way, I guess that you can't transport that data over to a new system.
Go back to what Jocktit said on your last stream, and I think he's right. With every new system, Nintendo starts right from scratch. This is what the online's going to be like. This is what the interface, and what came before it is just pushed aside.
Yeah, but what came before it was so great, man. You know? I'm getting a lot of feedback from you, Zilla. You got some headphones?
Yeah, I know. I was trying to figure out why, because I stepped outside, and I was trying to figure out maybe because I'm on my Wi-Fi and I'm right outside my place, and maybe I don't know what the heck happened, but I just closed down the YouTube, so it could just be that Discord.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Versus Excite Bike. Let's do this, man. There's not a whole lot of great two-player games on here you could play online, man. On the NES.
Oh, Coloco, what's your next purchase?
I think it's gonna be Link's Awakening, but I have to look at the eShop and see, because it might be something else there. What about you?
Hey, I've got to stop buying games. But probably, unless there's something on the eShop that hasn't been widely advertised or that I don't know about, a Zelda, yeah, which I shouldn't be buying because I'm trying to play Astral Chain. I've just got too many games. What about you?
Oh, it's Luigi Mansion 3. I'm getting that. I've been waiting since Luigi Mansion 1 because I don't count the 3DS one.
Oh, you don't count it?
Nope.
I liked it.
Dark Moon or whatever.
I'm not saying that I want to play the console version, and
Yeah.
that's why I don't count it. It probably is a good one.
Yeah, no,
It probably is a good one.
just looks so good, doesn't it? And I don't think it's going to be like a 4 or 5 hour game. It's going to be like a 15, 20 hour long game, I think.
We all have to get that game. I don't know if y'all are into it, but like with the party
Yes.
game stuff that they got on there, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
that looks
man.
good. That looks really good.
Yes. I was a bit worried when they announced Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm like, it's going to be the bare bones, but, I don't need to see any more about it. I've seen enough. I don't need to see any more spoilers, any more levels. That game is already sold to me, so just...
I like spoilers to me don't really exist, really. Now, if the game itself is a bare bones game, and what I've seen in advertisements and, you know, short little videos of it turns out to be the whole damn game, that's not the people that was sharing the little bit of information that they gave. It's the daggone developers not putting too much into the game. A game like Luigi's Mansion, from playing the first one, you would have to literally watch somebody play the whole game to have the game experience ruined, because it's a story type game, but it's mainly on actually playing the game. Like a lot of Nintendo games are based on playing the game versus getting hung up in the story. Like the story just helps you move along.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
So like I got so many games. The thing, like I wish you could see, like on PlayStation, I wish on the Switch you can see people's entire library of games without having to have to screenshot it and post it into social media. Because I want to say most of my games are like, I probably got more indie games than I have like AAA titles, but that don't mean anything to me. Like I play games that's just freaking fun. Like, and what's fun to me is from playing from Atari to now, like it's so many things that plays towards my interest. Yeah, like I don't really have if I was to say anything, my favorite games are action adventure and like fighting games. And really fighting games aren't really my thing like that. Like I like Street Fighters and Tekken and Soul Calibur. That's pretty much all the fighting games I like. Super Smash Brothers is fun because you don't really have to have a lot of skill to play it, but it takes a lot to master it. But it's still a fun game to play. But I like, you know what? Action adventure and puzzle games. Those are my favorite genre. And beat up the side scrolling beat 'em up games. I can't. When is Streets of Rage 4 coming out?
I don't know. But you just said you picked up you were playing that game earlier, right? The River City Girls.
Yeah, I started playing it. Yeah, I bought it last night.
How is that? How is it? You like it?
It reminds you of which I still have on my PS3. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Okay.
It's like that.
You've still got that.
Yeah, the soundtrack.
That is a rare game to get now.
That soundtrack is on River City Girls is like top notch. It is like they put a CD in that bad boy and just playing some original music. Got a decent story so far. So far, what I don't like, it seems like if you don't block at the begin, like before, they hit you, like you can't, because they can finish out a combo, a 3-hit combo on you, without you like, even if there's like a millisecond in between where you can just throw up your block and like block the last 2 hits or something. Like once you get hit, it's like you just got to catch them before they hit you next time. But outside of that, it's a good game so far. I want to say it's maybe a little bit faster paced than Scott Pilgrim. It's a good game. I don't regret spending whatever I just spent for the thing. I want to say $20 or something like that. I don't regret that, but I can't wait for Street Fighter 4 to come out, because that's like totally like drawn animation. That's what I care about. I love that. Plus I love Streets of Rage. So
Streets of Rage 4 will be playable. Where is it? Where is it? Release date. Release date. Here we go.
I don't even know who I am. Do you know who you are? Because I can't. It doesn't say player 1 or player 2, so I'm confused.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It says click here for info and release date. Fantastic.
Oh, I think I'm on the left, right?
Oh, that's a fun game right there. Me and my homeboy was playing it.
This, dude, but this nothing compared to Super Spike Volleyball. Super Spike Volleyball is fun, man. It holds up today, and so does World Cup Soccer, which I don't understand why those games aren't on here.
On September the 4th, the developers of Streets of Rage did a comment, and they said the game will be done when it's done.
Okay.
It's in the early stages of development. Platform confirmed on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Yes, yeah, so September the 4th. Yep.
Of this year, is it?
Streets of Rage 4 release date. When is it coming out? It will be done when it's done, is what the developers told us during a recent visit to the studio, suggesting that Streets of Rage 4 is in early stages of development. Yeah,
Wow.
sadly.
That sounds like a holiday game.
Hey Zilla, your sound is like very like you're in a can.
Oh damn! Get out of this damn YouTube. I wanted to see what you were playing.
Oh, this one. Oh yeah.
Where is it?
I had the volume all the way down, so I figured that was the issue.
Stitch says it'd be cool to see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games pop up on here, and the
yeah, that's true, man.
and also the NES Batman.
Oh, the NES Batman, the music, man.
So the arcade one-up cabinets, right? So I was like, oh, that's cool. But it doesn't play to me. But when they said they coming out with the 4-player Ninja Turtle game, I said, yep.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Very nice shellin', wounded knee.
I was so excited for it that I was showing my son. I was like, you see that? Look at that arcade cabinet. Isn't that cool? That was like, what, 2 months ago or something when they first talked about it? He's still asking me about that. He's like, what about that Ninja Turtles game that you're going to get? It's like, oh, I don't know if we're going to get it right now, but yeah, I want to get it. It's like, what? It's like $350 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. But I'm thinking, I'm seriously.
The only thing that's holding me back from definitely getting one of those is I have heard that the build quality is not that great.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that the build from a few people online. What are they doing? What are these like people doing? Why are they're just like air humping, all of them.
Yeah, because what's it? RGT 85. I haven't heard him complain about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'd have to put in some time to find out if it's good or not.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, this is how I look at the build quality. This is how I look at the build.
Forget what you did there, Coloco.
Little people play just randomly, and all the ratty kids that just mess with the stuff. And if it's still working, then I think it'll be a good build from the case.
Yeah, you sounded really. I could barely hear you, Zilla. I don't mean like, I don't mean like you know, for a person like that, a YouTuber like that is trying to stay on top of everything, and that's hard to stay on top of everything, man. Like no matter how much you play, it's hard to play everything that comes out and try to review everything that comes out. You don't have time. You just don't have time to play stuff like that. You know, and that's what I'm talking about. Like I'm sure that a person like that, unless he doesn't, I don't think he has children. To put wear and tear on that machine, that's when you really find out the build quality.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
Tell you what made me laugh about RGT85 was when Google Stadia was announced, and they showed their controller. He put out on Twitter, I couldn't use that. The buttons are way too small. And everyone replied, hang on, you're the YouTuber that has no Pro Controller and only uses the Joy-Cons. How
What?
can you say the button... He's now bought a Pro Controller now, but for 2.5 years, he only ever used the Joy-Cons.
Well, he never bought it.
And they were like, how can you
Somebody
complain
bought
that the
it for him.
buttons on the Stadia controller are too small if you're using the Joy-Cons?
Yeah, the Joy-Con button is very small. The what else? That's what I was talking about. What build quality is for
How
like
much better now?
durability at least is from Walmart. Like in Walmart, like it's the same ones, the same two that they have out to let people just play it. And I see kids tearing that stuff up, and I'm just like, well, hey, as much as I'm going to play it, it's going to be good. Like,
Yeah, if it can survive kids bashing it and everything all day long,
Right.
then
hundreds of kids per week or per week playing that stuff and just not knowing what the hell they doing. They just want to play with the Joy-Con. I mean, not the Joy-Con, but the joystick. Yeah. I think the people that I've seen the videos about, people, talking about the quality of certain things. And from what they're talking, for me, it seems as if they're talking from the perspective of true arcade cabinets and the durability of those versus these. Like the difference between an arcade one-up cabinet and an actual arcade cabinet, because I looked into actually getting an arcade cabinet, is hundreds of dollars of difference.
Oh yeah.
So like an arcade cabinet, a whack one from back in the day is like $1,000. So like
yeah,
$40. Yeah, you're gonna get your money's worth out of that.
exactly. Yeah,
And I'm not gonna be the one playing it all the time. Like, so it's not gonna be a thing. And I take care of my stuff. I have stuff from longer than most of my kids were born. And like the oldest kid that I have is freaking 19. So
Oh, you'll be
yeah,
fine.
I'm not
then.
worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
failed with my kids. I have two daughters, Gemma's 29, Jessica Francesca is 27, and neither of them could care whatsoever. And it's like, I failed miserably, man.
You didn't give them the honorary fake controller while you were playing as a kid, as their baby, like kids.
Without-
Give them the controller that's not even
Without
plugged up.
going into too much, I was there for the first 6 years, came home on leave one day, and their mum had left me and took my daughters with her.
Oh.
And then for 10 years, I hired 2 private detectives who found her both times almost immediately. And every time I phoned up, realised it was me, put the phone down, and when I managed to get to where she was, she'd already moved. But as soon as they both turned 16, they got in touch with me.
Okay, that's cool.
Beating you with this pipe. Die. Oh no. Now you really did die. Oops.
It's cool that they
Stitch
actually got in
says,
touch with you.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Stitch says, I never understood how some parents let their kids go over to those Walmart displays and just destroy the controllers or handheld.
Yeah, I don't either. But they're all busted.
I mean, when the shops put those out for people to try and play, do you think they expect that those units, they're going to have to replace them because they will get broken? They will, become useless after X amount of days or months.
What's that?
They put these demo units out on display for people to
Oh,
test. Yeah.
What do you want to play?
I mean,
Yo,
Arcade
something you want to
One
play?
does have replacement parts. They do have like replacement stuff, and you can they also have stuff that doesn't come with it, like plexiglass guards that covers up the art on the where all the joystick, the buttons and the joysticks are.
Oh,
like that
you
clear.
definitely need that.
Yeah, like they have that too. They have other things like on their website where you can change certain things around. Also, there's videos where you can augment those things and can put like even different buttons there as well, provided by Arcade 1UP or not. But for me, I want exactly what they're going to give me. I may buy the plexiglass guard for that, but outside of that, it'd be good.
Now they also have they have the 4-player Ninja Turtle one, but they also have wait, how come you're not here? Press start or something. They also have, it says player 2. They also have the marble one, but it's only 2-player. You know which one I'm talking about? It has like,
yeah. So it's for some reason, see with that one, I believe they have like the console version. It's not the arcade version. Like, I think that's probably what they did with the Ninja Turtle one too. But I like the Ninja Turtle one on console. But the console version of Captain America and Avengers, you talking about that one?
yeah, they have that, but they also have X-Men: Children of the Atom.
Oh yeah,
as well.
I think that they used the console version and not the arcade version.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember the console version, the sprites were so much bigger.
What they need to release is the X-Men, the arcade game. You know what I'm talking about? Where it was like 6 players.
Yeah, the one that they had on PS3.
They brought that to PS3?
Yeah, the one that's like X-Men. That one. X-Men.
I can't remember, but it was in the arcades you could play as 6 players at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, X-Men PS3. Hold on.
Coloco Stitch says Double Dragon NES is not 2-player at the same time unless you do mode B and then you're just fighting each other. Double Dragon 2 might be though. I'm unsure, he says.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm just punching this guy in the face now. Oh, you got me.
Yeah, they had that on I actually have that on PS3. The arcade version of X-Men. This is X-Men Arcade, pretty much. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's a great.
So the X-Men Arcade video game is $3,495.
Oh my gosh!
Pencil me in for one of those.
So that's what I'm talking about when they're talking about build quality, and that was a 4-player game. But that's what I'm at, 300 pounds. Like, come on, bro. So that's what I'm talking about when they're talking about build quality of Arcade 1UP. It's like, come on, bro. It's totally different. It's like thousands of dollars difference. You can't expect.
What do you expect?
They're also they're a lot smaller as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, that's why
I still have that on PS3. I love that game.
If you're expecting the same build quality as a £2,000 or £3,000 arcade cabinet, you are, you are deluded.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that, but at the same time, I don't want to buy something that's $300 and then the first time I play it,
Oh yeah, no. Now, what I care about is if that LCD TV that's in there has dead pixels or anything. I care about that. From what I've seen at the local Walmart, that had those same 2 up there for since the beginning of this whole Arcade 1UP thing, because it started off as a Walmart exclusive. They're pretty decent. Like, I think on one of them, someone stole the joystick, but
wow.
Yeah, someone stole the joystick.
What are you guys doing on that ladder?
I remember when both Apple and Samsung tried to convince customers that dead pixels on LCD and LED screens were just a part of life.
Yeah.
No,
No.
it's not. It's a defective product, mate.
Yep. I care about the dead pixels and I care about the speaker quality. But someone said that you can change the speakers, and I would probably do that, depending on how easy it was. Because I want
to be able to, yeah.
I want like a better quality speaker. I already know that the speaker quality isn't going to be as good as I would want it to be. But outside of that, yeah.
Now, I wouldn't do this. Maybe an old version of Andrew would do this, but I wouldn't do this. But how are people hooking these up? Are people like downloading ROMs and dumping them onto these systems?
Well, from what I've heard and saw in these videos,
you gotta press both A and B at the same time. Sorry.
To hook up, like you can't, like the main board for the games, you can't do anything to that because it's like
no,
right? But you can take that out and put something else. You could put a Pandora's box in there.
Yeah, like I've heard people putting like Raspberry Pis in there.
Yeah, so for me, if I was going to do that, I would rather just have a regular arcade cabinet. Like, there's places that sell regular size arcade cabinets that have packages where you can buy different ROM setups and stuff like that. And I'm actually looking into that versus something like buying what is it, 3/4 scale? Is it a 3/4 scale arcade? Like the arcade one up?
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy the arcade one up and do that. I would just buy an arcade cabinet, a regular size arcade cabinet from one of them people that makes arcade cabinets and sells those ROMs to go along with it. I want to say they're like $1,500 or something like that.
So you can change your games whenever you want.
Yeah.
That'd be more appealing to me.
Now, what do you guys think about emulation like that? I personally, and I was guilty of it until I realized the effect that it has on the industry. You know what I mean? And I stopped doing that, and I refuse to play any kind of emulated game. That's just my opinion. I'm not judging anyone.
Well, for me, if you can no longer buy games from the store, now I'm talking like regular store. If you cannot buy the game or console from the regular store, it's okay. Because they're not selling it. The company itself is no longer selling it. Now, like, so if they're talking about, like, someone's talking about emulating the Wii U, you can still buy a Wii U at the store. GameStop, that's probably like mom and pops and GameStop maybe. But like, if they still making sellable games for a console, like say for instance, PS2 lasted a long time. Like when did PS2 like finally stop production?
Was one of the FIFA games
2007 maybe?
What they released FIFA 17, I think it was, on the PS2.
So let's say let's go like this. When the Switch first came out, I'm not into emulating Wii U games. I can still buy Wii U games. Like their online market is eShop still open on Wii U still?
Yeah.
Yep.
So their eShop is still open. So they're still selling Wii U games. So I don't believe in emulating Wii U games. They're not doing anything with PS3 anymore, right?
Right.
No.
If they're no longer making
not as far as I know
for PS3, hold on, the store is still open, isn't it?
The online multiplayer, they just took it out from PS3, but I think the store is still open.
So if the store is still open, I don't believe in emulating PS3 games. So it's like
what I want to say, vintage games,
That's just suicide.
Xbox, original Xbox, GameCube, N64.
You see, there's two things for me. There's this myth that started years ago that people believe that if you own of a game, you're allowed to make a backup of that game.
That's not true.
In no law
No.
in America or Europe does it state you are allowed to make a backup if you
I
got
didn't know
written permission from the company. And secondly, and Zelda Breath of the Wild on PC via CMU emulator, right?
Oh yeah, we've been doing that. I didn't like that.
But I bought it on the Wii U so I can play on my PC. Really? Uninstall CMU, put that disc into your PC, and what happens? Nothing. It can't read it. Do you know why? Copy protection on it. And guess what CMU does?
Yep.
Gets around that copy protection. It's illegal.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I'm not like the way I see it. I'm not like a Nazi or whatever. Like you have to do everything. Like you can't break the law at all, even when no one's looking. It's not so much about that. Then it's to how emulation in general affects developers. It affects
slippery
game
slope.
prices up. And yeah, I get it that like there are some games like I don't know, Battle of Olympus for Nintendo. I could think of Battle of Olympus. Who even has the rights to that game anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like that. There's no way you can get it. You know, you have to play it through an emulator. But and people will take that, right, and they'll say like, this is our right because if not, these games are lost forever. Right, that's what they hang on everything. Their whole everything. So my response to that is, so what? So what if that game? So what if that game is lost? You know how many movies that initially that were made, that there were huge productions that people don't ever even realize that those movies were ever made, are completely lost in history.
Yep.
You know how many books were written that people wrote that were amazing books that are just gone.
Yep.
You can't hold on to everything in life. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always, especially when there's always new stuff that's coming out. So that's my only argument is when people bring that and say, "Oh, we have to." No, you don't. You don't have to hold on to Battle of Olympus for the NES. There's plenty of other things to play. There's plenty, and you know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Like, ultimately.
No, you don't have to. But sorry.
My stance on emulated games is what I was talking about earlier. Is like I think that after a certain period of time, I don't see a problem with it because they really can't make no money off of it anyway. And then you also have that whole thing about IP and who owns it at what time and whatever. Some things just go dead. But for me, I prefer to play most of these games on its original system. So like what I have set up sitting on my entertainment center is like multiple generations of Nintendo and PlayStations. But in my closet, I got more Nintendos and another PlayStation and a couple of Sega Genesis. So like I would prefer to play the original consoles that they were on, how I played it. That's me emulating how I played when I was a kid, putting it on PC and augmenting the game is different than what I actually like to do. But if someone's going to emulate a game, to me personally, it's like, oh, you know, if it's X amount of years old, then okay, whatever, do what you're going to do. But don't use it under any guise other than you want to play a game that you can't no longer find. Other than that, like if you can't find it no more, cool, I don't see an issue.
But
And
As long as you're not selling it. Now, people selling emulated games, that's not been officially approved by the people that owns those IP, I have an issue with that. If you got like free stuff that's like from really vintage games, then whatever. Do what you got to do.
And the other side of the coin is just you. And I'm only using Nintendo as an example. They're not the only ones, but Nintendo with such a massive back catalogue of games that
Oh yeah.
they're probably never ever going to dip into again. Oh God, I'm going to contradict
But what's
myself.
cool
I
with
can
Nintendo,
see it.
What's cool about Nintendo, you never know if they do though.
That's
Oh
the
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's not for anyone else to decide what they do with their IPs. And that's the thing. Where people are like, "Oh, but I want to play, Earthbound. I want to play Mother 3, so I'm going to download it off of." It's like you could do what you want, man. Like anybody could do what they want. But personally speaking, for me, it's like they haven't brought that game over to the US. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play it like until they decide to bring it over. And it's not like about like corporate defending or anything. It's just they decide to do with their IP. I can't decide for them. That's the way
They
I
own
see
those
it.
properties. They can do with them whatever they want.
Yeah.
So with what's like say you saying Mother 3, me, I would never want to play Mother 3 other than on its original console. My personal if I really wanted to play Mother 3, I already have the console that it came out on. Well, did it come on like NES? It came on NES, didn't it?
Mother 3.
Or did it come on the Famicom?
Mother 3 came out on the Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
The first Mother came out on the NES, and then it was Earthbound.
Okay. So if I wanted to play Mother, I already have an NES. So I'm just gonna have to go through the internet and find a copy of Mother for me to play it. I don't know who, free game. It's the actual game itself. I would rather play the actual game. But I would never want to put nothing on PC and play it that way unless I bought it through one of their websites that whoever owned it or whoever was authorized to sell it. But like I remember, this is like actually in 2000, I bought one of those. You ever see those plug and play consoles that have like they say they have 100 games, but really it's like 25 games and it's
4 versions of each game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I got that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is whack. I'm gonna just, keep buying the old stuff, like buy the original stuff. Because it's just not fun.
Okay, I didn't realise. I just saw Shadow Fox come up on your screen.
yeah.
I didn't know you knew Shadow Fox, man.
Oh yeah. I don't. I mean, we've talked online, argued him about the Wii U.
He's the guy I was talking about the other day who works in technology.
Oh yeah,
who works
he's super
for
smart.
A very big three letter, like it's not IBM, but a company like that in America. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very, he knows his stuff, man. He's very intelligent. The thing is with him, he's hung up on that Xenoblade Chronicles X. Can only be played on the Wii U, and that playing it outside. And I'm like, and that the Wii U screen was so underrated. Look. It's a great thing. The Wii U screen is a great thing, but
Are you talking about Shadow Fox?
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him pop up. I think at one time I was following him, but then I stopped following I think because he just be going ham too much.
Sometimes he goes a little too crazy. Yeah. He gets emotional about he gets emotional about it. But the whole Wii U thing was for him was if they brought it to the Switch, it would be a inferior version because of the Wii U screen, right? And to me, okay, I get what you're saying, that you have the map, you know what I'm saying, on the Wii, and you guys have all played Xenoblade Chronicles X, right? So you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what they mean because of Wonderful 101.
Okay, so the thing with that is, yes, you have the map on there, but dude, you still have to look down from the TV screen to look onto your Wii U screen. So what is the difference of looking down and the action of pressing the start button and going into a sub menu? It's the same thing. You're not doing anything different there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, but you can't stop the game. Like, you can't like just have your guy sitting there and you looking down on the Wii U pad, because the game doesn't stop. So you're still getting attacked by enemies. It's like it's the Wii U screen has its uses and it's great, but let's not think that it's like the perfect peripheral. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. It's flawed in that sense. You cannot look at two places at once, no matter what. What's the best? I think you said the other day, Zombie U. I've never played it, but people say that that's
Oh
a
my
perfect.
God! Hey, Zombie U. Hold on. Okay. I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicle X. However, the best two Wii U games that implemented the controllers that was Wonderful 101 and Zombie U. Zombie U is probably the scariest game that I've ever played. I say that because it made me freaking nervous all the time. Like,
look
it
at your
wasn't
inventory.
scary. I was like nervous the whole time because it was like I wanted to hold on to my character. Like, I didn't want my character to die. So you have that sense of dread that you need to get out of this situation, but you don't want to restart because it's a long journey back when you restart again.
So
like, I love that game.
So yeah, and that's the thing. Like, that's what I was saying is there's certain games that use it right, but most of the game, like Star Fox Zero, that's a bad way to use that screen, man. That was a really bad way.
Stitch just put in a chat. Switch update version, system update version 9.0 is now live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what's in it?
I know one thing that's in it is the for people that bought the season pass for 3 houses at the beginning, it's fine. But if you bought it recently, the game crashes. If you've bought the season pass within the last couple of weeks, and Nintendo said a system update will fix that sometime later today.
Okay.
So when y'all was talking about Shadow Fox and him talking about, I just seen it too about Xenoblade Chronicle X. Erica cuts for the win. She said, "Can we take a moment and appreciate Gears 5 soundtrack?" And this sorry son B, he's gonna say,
I read that.
He's gonna say what?
With a comment and say, "Not before we appreciate the glory that is Xenoblade Chronicles X OST." Come on, bro. People been loving that game. Give it a rest.
Yeah, everybody knows it, and I'll be the first one to say that soundtrack is good, but also it's pretty bad. Like it's good, but man, when you get to that any game that you're playing for 200 hours, it better have a lot of different kind of music, right?
Oh yeah.
And in the main city where you stay at, they play this one track over and over and over, the same track every single time, and it gets old really quick, man.
All I will say is I know for a fact Shadow Fox has either surpassed it or he's very close to 1,000 hours in Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh my! How do you put that much time into it?
Loves the game. He absolutely loves it. He loves Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as well. He's put hundreds of hours into that.
I put like 200 hours in, and I thought I put a lot of time into that game.
I've just updated my Switch.
The people that did the music for Kill la Kill did music for Xenoblade Chronicles X. Yeah, they did the I forget who the main person, the composer, also composed for this anime, this mech anime that's on Netflix. I can't think of the name, but it has really good music. I can't think of the name of it. Don't really feel like playing this. Yeah, I know, me neither. Let's play something else.
Have any of y'all heard of Jotun, the Valhalla edition?
Is that the where you throw the spear?
Mm-mm.
Ayo, what other games do you have? Other online games that we could play? Because these Super Nintendo and NES games are getting old. You
I got Fast RMX.
Fast RMX?
I don't even know that's an online game or not.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was so disappointed with NBA Playgrounds.
The first one?
Yeah, because the shooting was like so off. Like, didn't matter how I timed it. I just was bricking like I don't know what.
Wait. Finally added an invite system. What? Wait a minute.
Stop
what?
it. No, hold on.
How do I?
You lied.
I'm looking. I can't notice any difference whatsoever.
Oh, he's messing. He's messing with us. He's messing with us.
Hang on. Options.
Nah, he's
Delete
messing
screen,
with us.
block. There isn't anything. Oh, online play invitations.
Oh, wait, I gotta restart my system.
Hang on.
Hold on.
Invite you to play online with them in applicable software. Those invitations will be displayed here. You click on your friends and there's an option there.
Stop it! Why are we so excited for something?
I know, but still, it's hype, man. Finally, yes.
You know, if okay, I'm telling the truth right now, no lie. If Nintendo added a messaging system, I'm literally taking off a day of work.
Are you serious?
I will literally take off a day of work and start messaging everybody. I no lie. I will. I don't care. I'll be that guy. Hey, Andrew, I'll be that guy
What?
Boss code.
It does what? Oh, like that, dude. You know, okay. You know why I got mad at that? Because he first of all is a brand new employee, and I'm his boss, right? And he knows that it's only two of us, so it's not like a team of guys. It's just two maintenance guys for it's like a big complex. And he knows that we had a day where it was just gonna suck, man. That day was gonna suck. And he calls in and he says that his kid is sick and he's out playing Pokemon Go while I'm stuck moving couches and stuff by myself. That's why it's like, come on, man.
Oh, that's messed up. Yeah, I've been mad too. I'd have been mad too.
It's not like a team, and then like it's one guy that calls in. Who cares? I don't care about that person. Like but if it's just two people and you're leaving all the work for me and you're out playing Pokemon Go, come on, bro. Don't do that.
For how long this update took to download, they haven't added much.
So, okay, how do you know what was added?
I don't know. I'm still downloading. I'm playing some Mario. Wait.
I already downloaded it.
No new themes though.
It doesn't tell you.
Oh, what is that?
I don't know what that is. He's playing the keyboard. That's what he's doing. I think he's playing the keyboard.
Yeah. Ah, crap.
How can you tell if you changed stuff? Where did they say that at? Where do you get the developers' notes? They need to put developers' notes on here, man.
They added some kinds of alarms? No new icons. Any themes?
I don't know how you could tell, man. Shoot.
I've looked through all the settings. I can't really see
Thanks,
new
man.
invite.
Where did you see that invite thing though?
Go to your friends list,
Uh-huh.
and it's
Okay.
the third one down.
Oh, online play invites. Okay. Okay. Right in front of my face. More. So Andrew.
Yeah. What's up?
So I started messing with you when you were still going as Kaluko,
Yeah.
and you had that goddamn Busta Rhymes video. That shit was the fucking best. I'm sorry for
Yeah,
cussing, but
that's
that
all right.
was the best.
I know,
I was
man.
like, oh my God, he did it. I might have been the reason why you probably had to shut that down, because I swear to God I shared it to Busta Rhymes.
I kind of no. That was something else. I could tell the story now because it doesn't matter. The whole reason why, like, I initially stopped was I stopped everything that had to do with my online presence. Like, I took everything off. And the reason for that is because something happened with one of my neighbors, where like he basically threatened me and started like saying all this crazy stuff that nobody knows except like me. Like, started talking about my ex-wife and started talking about all this other crazy stuff. I'm like, like I swear he was like hacking, like somehow got all this information on me, and that's why I had to take off all my online because I kind of got scared, like see, because it was kind of creepy what he was doing. So but as far as the Busta Rhymes things, I kind of stopped. Like, dude, that took so much out of me, like to make that.
Man, look, I was so pissed off because I was like, I probably watched that video and showed my buddies like that video, like in person and online, like thousands of times. So I was like, because one, that's like one of my favorite Busta Rhymes videos.
Oh yeah, man.
And how you flipped it and was like so true to it, I was like, this man is a beast. And then when you disappeared, I was a little bit heartbroken.
I know, man. It's hard. The thing is, when I came up with that idea, and it took me like 4 months to rewrite the lyrics, to think of the ideas, how to shoot everything, and I wanted it to be like a parody, like down to the point, you know.
Yeah.
And because I love Busta Rhymes too, like especially that era Busta Rhymes with like do you see where my eyes can see? Do you really want to party with me? Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my God, yes. Like, and so like, I wanted to make it perfect, and then I felt like that was the best. I can't do better than this. Like, I can't possibly do better than this. I should stop right here. Like it's never gonna get better than this.
Because I'm like an artist in a lot of different things, and I love music too. But because so when I'm looking at your reviews, I'm picking up on certain things. I'm like, so when you I think it was the last time you did it was the Astral Chain jump, and then it was another one you did with one of those indie game reviews you did. I was like, oh, look at it, he bringing it back out again. Every time you do that type of stuff, I get like a little giddy, because that's the Kaliko I know. That's Kaliko. That's not Andrew. That's Kaliko. That's him. He popped out.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I think I was also putting too much pressure to, trying to do stuff like that, and only wanting to release stuff like that. And then I release something and I worked hard on it, but I didn't like it, so I would pull it off. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to do this. And if some stupid little idea like that, and I can do it, and I don't have to feel bad about it not being good enough, or, you know.
That's
there's also an update for your controllers. Don't forget to update your controllers.
Oh, okay. So how do you do this? What do you...
Oh, it's go to your controllers.
No, I mean, how do you like invite people?
Oh, go to your friends list.
Yeah. Update. Yeah, I'm here.
Online play invites.
Wait a minute. Online play invites.
There.
So you have to get into a game.
Applicable software. If someone invites you to the game, the invite will be displayed there. And I'm guessing you'll click on it. It will load the game up, and if you're quick enough, anyway, and take you into their game.
Oh, thanks, Trizzy. Yeah, he said, yeah.
No folders. Jesus, damn you, Nintendo.
Put all your hands
And
where
no-
my eyes can see. Yeah, that's it.
Do I have to have my Pro controller plugged up to update it too?
I think you have to just have it. You just have to have it on. I don't think you have to. I think you could do it wirelessly. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, just click
That's what I
update controllers. My 2 Joy-Cons updated. There isn't an update for the Pro controller.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm updating them.
Just looking at the notes online, they added a couple of things that are specific to the Switch Lite only, like where is it? To turn off the system button input, I guess for if you put it in your bag or something like that. Yeah, online play invites. Invite from friends to join online play in supported software will be displayed in this. General stability improvements and controller update, yes. Add support for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System controllers, and there it is. Fixes an issue preventing some users who recently bought the expansion pass for Fire Emblem Three Houses from launching the game.
Wait. So how does that work though? I couldn't do it on that game. So let me try a game that it should work on, Mario Kart.
Yeah, if it's going to work on anything, it should work on their first-party online games, surely.
Problem is finding it. There it is. Yeah, I really wish we had
Stitch
folders, man.
Stitch said, I bet the game has to have an invite system, so it's still not really there with Sony or Xbox Party System.
Oh,
No, it's not.
That's boo. That sucks. We'll see.
I bought my cousin, she has a cocktail table arcade machine in their basement,
Oh, those are cool.
and they have Dig Dug on there. And so I was trying to find a Dig Dug type game on the Switch, and I found this game called Digger Man. And Digger Man is a pretty decent game, and it's like Dig Dug is you're digging, right? But you can only dig left or right. You're going down regardless, but you can only dig left or right. And there's so many hazards and stuff, and you have to keep recharging your batteries, or you die. But there's also the hazards that'll kill you too. So it's like a rush. It's like a race against time to get coins to unlock other characters and batteries and avoiding boulders and all these other types of hazards. It's a fun game. It's like me trying to be a completionist. I'm trying to like max out each level because each level has like a series of chests you have to get all of them of to like get all these extra coins or whatever. It's a fun game. I don't know how much I paid for it, but it was like a few dollars. It was a good game. I'm glad I bought that.
Digger Man. All right. I did see it. It did look interesting.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's a fast-paced game.
So right now, Yo is playing this game, and I'm playing this game. But there's nothing here.
I'm watching. Right, press the home button so that you can go to your friends. If like click on a friend and go to options. Whoever.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
there.
not there. Even if you've got the game, remove block. That's weird, man. How do you send invites then? And what games support it?
Who knows?
I mean, if Mario Kart 8 doesn't support it, what's the point? What game does support it?
That's
Well,
online.
you were playing Snipper Clips earlier today.
Yeah, I was playing with. Yesterday I was playing with my son. Snipper Clips.
It said 4 hours ago.
Oh, I did access it to see if it was online, but it's not online. I wanted to see if we could play online because that game is fun.
You ever play Earth Wars?
No.
It's a Vanillaware game.
Oh.
Pretty fun.
Oh wait, you said 4 hours ago? Oh, my son plays my Switch throughout the day, so if you ever see it on playing, it's probably him. He erased my he accidentally erased my Ultimate Alliance 3 save data, man. I was like, no. I had most every hero except for like a few on the those special, you know, missions or whatever. I'm like, no, why'd you do that?
You didn't have it in the cloud?
He must have like, I guess it automatically reboots it to the cloud because when I tried to revert it back to the cloud, it said the last time you saved through the cloud was like 45 minutes ago. I'm like, ah. So yeah, he saved it over the time where he deleted it.
How old is he?
He's 3. He's 3.5. He's almost 4. He's just a couple months away from 4.
Yeah, my daughter's gonna be 4 in December.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah, yeah, my son too. Yeah.
I'm looking online how to send game invites on Switch, and there's nothing up at the moment.
Oh, you're entering Asgard Stitched? I'll run through with you. Oh yeah, let's play. Yeah, let's play. Actually, let's see. What time is it?
Going for
Oh, shoot. Okay.
over 2 hours.
Yeah, let's play for a little bit. And then I gotta get going.
Man, Metal Slug 3 is hard as I don't know what.
All those Metal Slug games are hard, man. You're entering Asgard. You know what? Nah. Literally, I'm like the second level or something like that. Whatever my son played up to. It's not. It's not gonna.
What is that game?
Yeah, it's the second level. Oh, I can't believe you. Delete all my save data. Oh well. Yeah. So you haven't found anything about how to actually do this, or what games support it?
No, there's nothing online at the moment.
Wow. That's something very Nintendo that they would do. They kind of just tempt us.
Yeah, I mean they deliberately put up, you know, intentionally put up for supported software. Well, what software supports it? Is it all online games, or have you cherry picked just a few?
Well, they cherry picked certain games that's available to play on Nintendo Online. So,
good lord! Imagine paying $100 for 2K20, and it's also microtransactions.
wow.
EA, man. Let's see what's coming up. What's coming soon here on the eShop? Oh, look at Spyro's number 5.
Awesome game.
On the top
I'm
30.
thinking about buying Spyro, that Spyro collection for my older brother.
Bought it yesterday or the day before. I was telling Cloco at the beginning of the stream. Fantastic on Switch.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, really, really good. Really good.
Oh, you know what? I was looking at this game.
What game?
Defunct.
Is that the one where you're on a wheel or something?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's only 75 cents. Doesn't look too bad, actually.
Why do I hear like a small voice talking?
I don't know.
Trizzy in chat says, I'm surprised Game Explain isn't all over this yet with 5 different videos about how to use it and what it is about the new update. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, did you see this game, Gun Gun Pixies? Have you guys seen this?
No.
Well, let's see if they have a video to it. This is stupid.
Gun Pixies.
Watch this.
No. Dollars.
And for mature.
Jeez. What the hell? What? Why would you play this game?
I don't know, man.
That is.
It's $50.
Who makes this? Because
Hold on. It's
EQ. Oh my lord! Wow.
who makes
Pink-
it?
They've done a few games on Switch.
Oh, games
Wow.
like that. Creep games.
No, I know they've done a shoot 'em up because I've got it. I can't remember which one it is though.
Have any of y'all played the Framed collection?
Fatal Frame, like those.
No, Framed collection. It's
Hmm.
you playing as this like the silhouette like detective type person, and it's comic book frames, and you have to rearrange the frames to get your guy navigate.
Oh,
through
that's
all
cool.
Of the
That's similar to that one puzzle game. Oh, can't think of what it is. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it reminded me of that of the Darn it.
Comic Zone.
What is it?
Comic Zone for Sega Genesis.
Yeah, it reminded me of like that and that other and it was like a combination of that and this other game that came out on the Switch like a year ago, where it was like I think it was an iOS game where you have to like touch different things to interact. Like everything changes. It's very trippy game. But look at this game, Zilla, that I'm looking. I don't know if you can. Oh, you're not looking at the stream, huh?
Sinking City.
Yeah, this
I remember
looks good.
seeing that at a direct.
What is it?
And the Sinking City.
That's
It looked like I saw it in the eShop yesterday, last night. It looks like it has good graphics, right? That
yeah,
one,
yeah.
right?
That's a
Yeah,
Xbox One
there's-
PS4 game.
I think you can. See the bundle one there comes with a season pass or something, or some
Yeah.
extra content. Anyway,
Oh, how much is that? Yeah, it's 15 more
this
dollars.
looks pretty good. Battle Supremacy. I'm quite interested.
Wait, what is the 10th line? Oh, that looks okay.
Stitch said, "Can we get a new Hotel Dusk?"
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Trizzy
What
says the
is
Sinking
that?
City looks interesting.
I don't know what that is. I don't know. You
Oh,
guys-
Star Wars pinball! I love Pinball Effects 3, and the being Star Wars pinball.
So hold on, what do y'all have? I'm about to go into the eShop. I'm gonna see what y'all have in your wish list.
Anything in my wish list now?
I think my wish list is almost packed.
I wish I hadn't bought so many games. But no, I don't think I've got anything in my wish list anymore.
My son would love this Lego Jurassic World.
I have Witcher 3, Ghostbusters,
Oh yeah,
Blasphemous, River Cities need to be gone because I have that one. I have Far. I have It'll Do, Rad, Luigi's Mansion 3, Eagle Island, Video Kid, Salt and Sanctuary. I thought I had that one. No, I don't have that one yet. Contra Anniversary, Resident Evil 4, Flashback, Runner 3, Little Nightmares Complete Edition, Bloody Zombies, Perception, Typo Man, Thumbleweed Park, Floor Kids, Kingdom New Lands, Serial Killer. I have Serial Killer on PlayStation 3. I actually like that game. Oh, and this game Unepic. I have this on Wii U as well. That's a good game too.
Yeah, I heard some
Yeah.
people. I've heard a couple people tell me about that game already.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
put
I
it
have
on
that
there.
one.
Hey,
Yeah,
this I'm not a racing like fan,
Grid.
but this Grid Autosport looks
Yeah, that
sick.
great does
Yes.
actually look good, doesn't it?
Can't wait for that.
SteamWorld Dig, Sonic Mania, and who's that last one?
Wait a minute. You played SteamWorld Dig before, though, right?
Nope. I actually look. This is funny. So, remember when I took $10 and I got a bunch of games?
Yeah.
So one of the games that I got was SteamWorld Dig. SteamWorld Dig. I still haven't played it yet, but I got it.
Oh, ma
Play it, dude. Play it. So good.
if you like that, you have to get SteamWorld Dig 2.
Oh, SteamWorld Dig
Because-
2 is like SteamWorld Dig is awesome to play. It really is. And
Yeah.
but SteamWorld 2 just builds upon it. It's
Yeah.
it's incredible. Yeah. It's really, really good.
And then, of course, you'd have to play SteamWorld Quest because different style of game, obviously, but in that universe, and still a fantastic game.
But I think the best SteamWorld game is the other one. Is SteamWorld Heist.
Oh,
okay.
That's my favorite.
Yes.
Are you still in the eShop now?
Yeah.
So look up Animus.
Oh no, I know what game you're talking about. I saw it, and I was thinking about it because it was only like $7, brand new.
No, that game is trash.
It's trash.
Look,
Oh wow.
It's trash. Look, I have 3 games that I have on here that I'm like, 4 games. I'm like, and that is at the bottom of all 4 of those games. Those 4 games, like what is better than Animus is Kitten Squad.
Oh my gosh. All right. Hey, this is kind of like
I might have
Myst.
got Kitten Squad for like 25 cents or something. That is better than Animus.
Are you seeing what's on my screen now? It reminds me of
Yeah.
Myst.
The Eyes of Ara.
Looks good.
What is it called?
It's a puzzle adventure game. It kind of reminds me of Myst. It's called The
Hold on.
Eyes of Ara, but the graphics are pretty good.
Hold on, I'm about to sign back on. I wish that update would have fixed that error screen that pops up.
There's a Zombieland game coming out.
Yeah,
Zombieland
oh,
Double
what?
I
Tap.
saw that last night.
That's
saw that
sometimes
last
when you go to load the eShop and the error message comes up.
Yeah.
Quite often. I thought it was
Yeah.
just me.
Nope.
Really annoying.
Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Playing on the
You
Wii U?
restart your Switch. Doesn't help.
What are you playing? What game are you playing? You playing Minecraft?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, what's this? Dommyverse.
Oh, Eyes of Aura.
I don't know, baby. That's what I'm looking for right now. Play against your friends. It's
Okay.
Frenzy Arena Fighting.
It's a
Oh yeah, it does look
Yeah.
like a mixed game. It
And
does
they-
look like a mixed game.
Over because it's going to be much more enjoyable. So just move aside and let you
It sounds weird.
What's that?
It sounds
get out of the chair, move aside, let your little kid start presenting. It's going to be infinitely more enjoyable.
Say hi, Finn.
Hi. Hi.
Hey,
How you doing?
Wait, hold on a second. They can hear you.
Hi.
Hello. How you doing, buddy?
Hi.
Tell them what you're playing.
Oh,
Am I being my deaf mobile?
Mario Minecraft.
Mario Minecraft.
Boy, oh boy, look at them curls, man.
Yeah.
You're a better gamer than your dad.
What do you think? Are you a better gamer than me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, I better get this off the screen. That's too scary for you. What's that? Oh my God! Why did I click on that? What is that? Who's that? Who's that?
Ryan.
Yeah. Now I'm probably gonna have to get this for you. You better not be expensive. $40.
Has anybody played that Super Kirby Clash yet?
Race with Ryan. Oh gosh, this guy's got a video game now. You know who this is, right? You guys know who Ryan is, right?
He has toys too at Walmart.
No.
Okay. All right, baby, go over there. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Is that the money?
Yeah, we'll get it. Don't worry. Go with your mom. He's great.
Oh,
Okay, this guy is the most money-making YouTuber in the world. You know that, right?
Ryan.
he has toys at Walmart.
Yeah. Last year he made like 20-something million on YouTube.
He has toys. He
You're
has
kidding.
books.
No,
He has toys, books. He has clothes. He has like PJs.
Yep. Candy.
Seriously?
Yep.
Sorry, but I've never heard of them.
Yeah, well, I didn't know any kind of cartoon or anything like that before I had a kid. Well, I mean, your kids are older now, but I'm sure like when they were young, you knew all about the little kid stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, the first time I seen him was several months ago, and my daughter was watching a little boy play with toys, and it was that boy Ryan.
That's it.
It's a regular boy.
Yeah.
Playing with toys. And all of a sudden, I just start seeing merchandise all over the place. It's like, what the heck did I miss?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a game. It's a game that looks really good. But I'll be dang gone if I pay $29.
And he made 20 million last year on YouTube.
I believe so. Let me look. Let me look. 2018. Hold on a second.
Please do not tell me that he has the people donate to him, because I'm like, I don't watch PewDiePie.
No, this is not donations. This is pure ad revenue. This is pure ad revenue.
Because I've watched a few minutes of a few of PewDiePie's streams, right? And I've seen people donate, and I'm thinking to myself, why are you donating to a millionaire?
It shows on your clothes.
Yeah.
Donating to a millionaire who never has to work in their life again.
Right.
Why?
And the thing is also like...
He has so much merchandise in stores. Like, that probably comes from all of that.
Okay, so by comparison, PewDiePie. Hold on a second. Let's look. I'm gonna put it over here. Why wouldn't I do this? 1 second. Display capture. Oh, too far. So here we go. So PewDiePie, he was number 9. This is the top 10 highest paid YouTuber of 2018. PewDiePie is number 9 at 15.5 million, right? So we go down. You got Jacksepticeye. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Vanoss Gaming is. I've heard of the name Markiplier. I don't know who that is. Jeffree Star. Don't know who that is.
I've heard of Markiplier. Yep.
Dan TDM. I don't know who that is. Dude Perfect. Yeah, we all know who that is. Jake Paul. We all know who that is. 21.5 million. Number 1 is Ryan Toys Review at 22 million. The number one earner on YouTube this year is Not Your Average Millionaire.
No.
He's a 7-year-old boy named Ryan.
7 years. Jeez. He doesn't even then have access to that money because he's obviously not.
But this is the thing that I say. It's like, how much do you need? You know, like, being a parent, you want to try to. You don't even want to try to like put your kid out there. Like I do that because it's just you guys friends or whatever. But I'm like, if I was a million, I wouldn't. If I had a million people looking at me, I wouldn't want to put my kid's face out there, especially not for like a focus on my kid and make videos about my kid. But even then, even if you're going to do that, like how much are you going to have them out there before you think it's enough? It's enough.
Making that sort of money, I bet they are encouraging that kid to stream whenever possible. And Trizzy says to you, Koloko, hear me out. You have to check out a kids show with your kid called Hip Hop Harry. Hear me out. He's a bear and he raps, but the songs he raps are well written and actually educational.
Oh, cool. All right.
Hip Hop Harry. Hold on. Speaking of that, if you're talking about kids show, have you watched Storybots yet?
Storybots? Oh yeah. Storybots, of course. They do. Yeah, they do. They actually have really good music. Yeah, and they're super educational. Yeah. It's not like there's this one guy. That's so annoying, man. You guys, all right? You know about Blippi, Zilla?
No, Blippi. What's that?
Oh, you don't want to know, man. It's this guy. He's this old guy. He dresses like, not old guy, but it's like our age, and he dresses suspenders, and he's always like, you remember that guy with the annoying orange? That guy, Fred or something. You remember that guy? Fred, they were talking in a high-pitched voice. He's like that, but he doesn't talk in a high-pitched voice. But he's like, hey, like doing all this. Oh, gosh, dude. And my kid loves that guy, man.
My daughter likes watching watching this Netflix show that is it's a Russian show because you could tell by the actors.
I know who you're talking about. The Martian and the Bear. Is that what you're talking about?
It's this house troll, I guess, and it's like a white, puffy little monster with a big nose. It's on Netflix, and the episodes are like 30 seconds long, but it's like a bunch of episodes, and it's like she loves it. I can't stand it.
I know some of these kids shows, man. They're just too much, man. That's our newest family member. Her name is Alita.
It's this game on here called The Long Journey Home. It looks good, but I don't think it's $30 worth.
The Long Journey Home. Hold on, let's see if I can find it.
It's on the I guess it's on the recent releases. So it's on the recent releases, man.
I'll just find it.
And it's under Divinity Original Sin.
Oh, eShop just kind of crashed on me.
So games like that I put on my wish list because I don't know if you know, but you get emails when there's like your games that's on the wish list are on sale.
Yeah, I did figure that out. I was looking through my emails and I saw that. Wait, so you said it's on the
recent releases.
Okay.
And it's under Divinity Original Sin.
Oh, that looks interesting. Hey.
Yeah, but $30 though, I don't know about that.
Okay. Oh, so it's like a shooter. It's like an exploration shooter.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Not for $30. I spend like $5.
Yeah, I know. That's for $30. That seems like a lot, man. I mean, right next to it, you have Final Fantasy VIII, which pretty amazing for HD. Although I never played it.
So it's funny because Torchlight is below it. Final Fantasy VII, what was it? 8 is next to it, and then Divinity Original Sin is above it. Like all those games are good.
Yeah. It's too many, man. Too many game. And Creature in the Well, that looks cool.
Oh yeah, I think I have. No, I don't have that yet. I'm still trying to. No, I don't have that on my wish list. But I've been looking at it. I've been looking at it a lot.
Yeah, that looks really good. That kind of came as a I didn't think that was gonna release anytime soon. And
I think we should play. I think we should all get Super Jumpy Ball and play it online.
You can play that online?
I don't know. It just said 1 to 8 players.
Stitch said Zilla's mic is doing all kinds of different things. Normal, can effects, dual voice effects like Gotenks. What's going on with your mic, dude? It's like those weird Elsa Spider-Man channels. Oh, I know. That annoys me, dude. That annoys me. Stitch said, oh, yeah. Wait, what? Digital Age said, sorry, had to drop hospital on phone? Had to drop hospital on phone? Had to drop. I don't know what he's trying to say.
Oh, you said defunct. That's what you was talking about earlier?
The what?
That game Defunct.
I don't know.
The game with the robot.
Yeah. 75 cents. Yeah. Stitch says, my nephew found this YouTube channel about some puppet named Jeffy or something. It's the worst crap I've ever seen. Doesn't seem like kids should be watching it either. Yeah, you got to be careful with some of those because they might appear like they're for kids, but they're not, man. And even if they're trying to be kid friendly, but they'll be talking about like killing stuff and and it's like, what are you trying to do, man? If you're gonna do a kids channel, like make it for kids. Don't. It's weird, man. Drop out of the voice chat because the hospital called. Hope everything's okay. Oh, is that what he mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Hope everything's good.
I'll DM him later. I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna leave it here, man. It's been what, a few hours. I'd like to keep going because I'm having a lot of fun, but I got stuff I gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What we really need to find an online game. Like, I don't know about Super Jumpy Ball. But if we can find like an online game that we can all play like on a regular basis, like Risk of Rain is pretty cool, man. I don't want to do Smash. Everybody does Smash, you know? Everybody does Smash. It's boring. And I don't want to do Fortnite because that's boring. Everybody does Fortnite. If you guys can think of a game that it's all right, man. It's, I don't know, maybe I don't know about DC Universe. Something we can all play. We got to think
I'm
of
trying to think of the games that I have that are actually online multiplayer games.
I'm telling you, Risk of Rain 2, I wouldn't mind playing. That's a game. That's the type of game that you could just keep playing. It has a lot of replay value. Because every run is no two runs are ever the same. It's always something different every single time.
Okay.
Stitch says, yeah, the puppets act like doofus and it was smacking his crotch on a pair of underwear. That's weird, man. That is weird.
That is some old sycophant adult stuff.
Yeah. All right, man.
I'm trying to see if it's all right.
I'm gonna stop the stream here. Hey, thanks everyone for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Like I said, if you guys want me to play a certain game, or if you guys want to talk about certain different subjects, always let me know. I'm always willing to, have you on Discord. I'm trying to get. I'm basically what I'm trying to do is to form like a really tight niche. Really. Did I say that right? A really tight group, basically. You know what I mean? Like we could play any games that you want. I always want what I want to do. My main focus is giving a voice to everyone. Like that's why I said everybody can come on Discord, play any games that anybody wants to play. That's really what I want to focus on. So, all right.
Fast RMX is a online game. It actually is one.
Yeah. Fast RMX. All right, guys. Until next time. Later.
All right.
See you.